Check, 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 check. Thank you. Drake feud. What's this? Drake fuels aging rumors with new photos alongside Gorilla. It's no secret that Drake's been through quite a bit in the past few months. Aside from working on new music, moving, and more, he's also fallen victim to what a great deal of to a great deal of ridicule following his viral beef with Kendrick Lamar. Fortunately, he recently popped out for a relaxing evening at Michael Rubin's annual white party, where he linked up with several fellow artists. Last night, for example, he took to the Instagram story to share a photo alongside Glorilla. She's seen flashing a peace sign while Drizzy just barely cracked a smile. Of course, the photo has only reignited critics' claim that he looks to have aged as of late. The conversation first sparked after Rubin posted photos from the Independence Day bash last week. Bro's been aging like a president, one critic writes. In an academic's comment section, Bro looks kind of defeated. Another said, while it's up for debate whether or not Drake actually looks any different from the lyrical looks any different after the lyrical battle, social media users certainly think so. Oh my God. And can't and can't blame him. Oh my God. Just as the feud started to die down, Kendrick hosted a highly anticipated pop-out show in LA and later unleashed a music video for Not Like Us. The video, which features plenty of subtle jabs at the Toronto hitmaker, it's already nearing 30 million views on and YouTube just a few days after its release. Drake Drake's kept a pretty low profile throughout the whole thing, aside from some posts on social media. He's yet to address the chatter about his appearance. What do you What do you think of Drake sharing a photo from Michael Rubin's party alongside Gorilla? What about social media users claiming that his beef with Kendrick Lamar aged him? Share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. All right, so who's seen Drake lately? Ah, 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 ah. So Drake is undoubtedly um, accused of aging prematurely, and as a result of battles gone mad. You know what I mean? I'm talking about going just damn mad. And for all of the Drake fans, hey, you can be whoever you want to be. But as far as a fan is concerned, but if you have any kind of inclination that Drake is winning, you just slow. You just slow, bro. Shout out to Next Door. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I tell you, this is going to be an exciting show. This is one of those kind of shows where you're like, bro, you didn't hear it? Oh hell no. No, no, buddy. This is not one of those kind of shows you want to miss. Oh, we got a lot of ground to cover. A lot of ground to cover. No doubt about it. This Sunday. Show. Yeah, I got to share it. You know what I mean? I got to share it with my next door family. Cause y'all aren't active enough and stuff when it comes to business. But y'all will get it. I don't know. I don't know if you will or not. The Sunday wrap up show is live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all can tap in and post some next door news because it is all about community for sure. Some folks ain't got no community, and hey, it is what it is. Now, ain't it? One thing about this particular show is that I can't share it. I can't share it because when I share anything right now, Facebook is kicking me off Facebook. So it is important if you want to stay up to date, tuned in and tapped in. One of the things that you got to be doing is hitting the notification button so that you get notifications. And one of the other things that I'm going to address too, I better write that down. I better write that down. How come I don't have a pen in the studio? Oh, okay. One of the things, I forgot what I was about to say before I was about to say it. Gotta be the medication. The thing is, okay, fine. I'll think about it. I'll think of it. I'll think about it later. That's why you just don't get sidetracked. You got to think when you're thinking. You got to think. That's why you got to have notes. I hardly ever work from notes, but there comes a time when you got to have some structure. I'm saying I'm the most unstructured person that there is because I'm all over the place at one time. I will, in fact, come up with what I was going to say in reference to next door. Because, see, the next door family is full of adults doing adult things, having everyday adult life. The dog got out. The porch pirate was caught on camera. In one neighborhood, the local drug dealer was hopping over the fence from the neighborhood into the park to distribute. As a matter of fact, I got to say that was actually pretty smart. Instead of going inside the park and cruising or parking right where you are blocked in, no, he went around into the neighborhood adjacent to the park, parked his car at the end of a block suspiciously, and got out of his car, hopped over the fence into the park to handle his business. Well, lo and behold, unbeknownst to him, he is in a next door community. And next door people don't play that. Next door don't play who is that? Wait a minute, hold on. That look like a strange car in our neighborhood. Who is that, Bob? So this lady went and took pictures of my man's tags while he was over the fence doing his thing and posted on Nextdoor. Post his car and everything on Nextdoor. I'm like, man, Nextdoor, they own police. You know, only thing Nextdoor don't have is actual police. And I'm about to think that that's coming. That they're going to have little Nextdoor cars and they're going to be driving through the sections. This is the northeast section, Nextdoor patrol. I'm like, hell yeah. And that's all they do. They just ride through the neighborhoods, taking pictures, videotaping weird people, and stopping them. You know, I was when the lady posted the other day about the repo guy, right? Now, a lot of times before the repo guy shows up, there's another guy that is in the community, the spotter. There's another guy in a vehicle parked in the neighborhood that locates the car. And he parks and chills and lets the tow truck driver know what's going on. Okay, he just went inside the house. Okay, he's been in. He just went inside the house. He locked the door. Let's go. And then here comes the tow truck driver. Bam, and hook him up. Well, as a community, the spotter shouldn't be able to post up in your community. Oh, no, bro. You're going to need to contact that man and get your money. You are not going to post up in our community like some weirdo surveillancing someone's home. We don't know who you are. You looking at his house, but what else you looking at? Huh? That's right. We don't know you. So no. So a lot of y'all that run these gang territories and stuff, how y'all let the repo man show up in the neighborhood without getting checked? Like, yo, bro, what you doing? Uh-huh. You doing what? You need to move on, bro. You need to move on, bro. It ain't safe around here. You could get caught up. You better move on. Neighborhood watch. Y'all gangs, y'all ain't watching your neighborhood, watching each other and stuff. I don't know what y'all watch. Anyway, y'all know this program is brought to you by PhoenixStreetNews.com. The Valley's news and entertainment directory that caters to bars, nightclubs, restaurants, other entertainment venues, and provides quality digital advertising for small businesses just like yours. Oh, but wait. Phoenix Street News also provides business printing, business cards, flyers, banners, car wraps, anything, everything printing, that's for sure. And as fate would have it, there is more. And now, PSN, television, and radio, now playing 24/7 at PhoenixStreetNews.com and the Connect to Your City app, distributing data into 190 countries with 115 channels on the OTT system. Join us on this new journey into the future of broadcasting that is ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. On the move, Biden cut the check. Stop playing. That's how it's going down. And not only is this program brought to you by PhoenixStreetNews.com, this program is brought to you by wow, Wasted on Wheels, mobile bartending service for all of your private, personal, office, corporate, block party, backyard party events. It is wow, Wasted on Wheels, mobile bartending service. Contact D for more details. For sure, with the wow readers, all with natural ingredients. Check it out today. That is wow, Wasted on Wheels, mobile bartender. And this lady is responsible for, yes, Our Destiny, Our Future Foundation. For sure. And M&M Custom Upholstery for all of your custom upholstery needs. It is M&M Custom Upholstery. Automotive, residential, boat, RV, and more. Call today, 623-256-1021. For real though. We get your MP3 in today. Don't play. Don't let nobody fool you about how it's going down around here. Y'all keep that on the screen for a minute. Hold on. We're going to take a little intermission. In the meantime, in between time, we about to give y'all a little video. La, 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 la. And then we're going to get into the conversation for the rest of the show. Don't be going nowhere. Like and share the show. While you playing, though. Don't be playing. Don't be playing, man.
It's all the same, that's what society say anyway. So I guess it's okay to say my black is beautiful. I'm the opposite of what the topic is, so in love with my light skin. Look in the mirror, I know that I'm great. You disagree and I'm up for debate, cause my black is the shit, ain't no fucking opinion. Say it a slam, I know that I'm winning. Black, now that's a fact, as well as a trend. All the fat asses and all the full lips, all you see is us on ESPN. Rapping our lyrics, don't let me begin. Black is the beauty all over my skin. Black is the beauty all over your skin. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. Every day when I wake up and pray, I know my black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. We coming like 50 shades, it's all the same. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. Every day when I wake up and pray, I know my black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. We coming like 50 shades, it's all the same. It's all the same. That's what society say anyway, so I guess it's okay to just cock back and aim. Shoot and destroy, cause see your no name. Just another kid going insane. One world feeling so cold, wondering why he be feeling alone. Beautiful, beautiful black man. Just take a second to understand, cause you are original Pac-Man. Once you figure that out, it's a rap, man. Know your purpose in life and then go hard. Man, nobody can stop you, so go hard. Got no time for the weak. Eat up the shit, keep your focus and stay on your campaign. Cause we gon' take over, we coming for victory soon. Bust out the champagne. Beautiful. Your black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. Every day when I wake up and pray, I know my black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. We coming like 50 shades, it's all the same. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. They black is beautiful. Every day when I wake up and pray, I know my black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. All black is beautiful. We coming like 50 shades, it's all the same.
That's right. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. What y'all talking about? You need to tap in, like, and share the show. Oh, damn it. I did not even get the code for the rate. Excuse me. I didn't get a card for the phone. Let me do this different right here. Let me change something around here right quick there, y'all. Do. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see that right there. Let's put that back over there like that right there. And let me put something else on here. My black is beautiful. Put that out there every now and then, but that right there, yeah. Okay, so that looks like that. That goes like that right there. Okay, that right there. Oh, okay. Alrighty then. And bum ba ba da ba. This show is brought to you by Next Door. Hey, let me try that. Let's try that. The show is brought to you by Stupid. We need to figure out a way to partner with these folks. They're getting a whole lot of programs brought to you by Boom Bam Next Door. And stuff. Yes, oh, not that. Next door, right there. Yes, sir. Now I should be able to do something weird with that graphics instead of it just be subtle, like, you know what I mean? But that's all good. I'll work that into the schedule later. Until then, it is about having quality content for you. You feel me? And that is most important. We're going to get into the show. Like I said, in there we have Mr. Jones. I was going to have a conversation about NASCAR, but because I would be more comfortable watching NASCAR than watching basketball. Oh, speaking of basketball, the controversy surrounding little Bronny James, the 19-year-old. Now, boy, you about to be out here with men. You sure you ready for this here, boy? I don't think so. You need to beef up in college or something. You know, you need to just beef up somewhere, just really do some more. But that's neither here nor there. Nepotism has become the word of the day. Don't worry about it. It's over the top of a lot of y'all's head. Not my next door people, though. My next door people, they good. They know what the hell I'm talking about. But y'all gonna have to Google. Is what y'all have to do. Facebook. Y'all have to Google. And nobody telling y'all nothing. Y'all ain't listening. You should already know what that means. But the fact that little James, Junior James, is on with Big Papa James, that's cool. Now think about this. The boy get a chance to like, now you got to go at it with your dad in training. That part. And other men. Yeah. So, oh no, this is a long road right here. You just entered the University of Higher Basketball Learning. And LeBron's going to have to get the boy up to speed. So he's going to have to be dogging him out and stuff at the house or at the whatever little private gym and stuff that he's got. And he's going to have to be putting his boy, because now his boy's in LA, wherever now his boy's with him. Now he got to put the boy through the paces. Now he's like what's his name, the coach for Colorado. You know, now you got to train your son to be like, you're a boss now, bro. You got to boss up. These boys are here ain't playing. They finna hit you in the head and not care that you my son, knowing I'm gonna probably have to fuck somebody up. You hit my boy like that, your boy out here with grown men. Stop it. Your son out here with grown men. Don't play. So we might have a little talk about that. Biden and the Democrats. Democrats are a little puzzled right now as to what to do. Not only after Biden screwed up the color girl moment in a recent outing, but he's done. He's done. If you see Biden looks like your great grandpa that you you're with the dude and you're like, Grandpa, Grandpa. And he's looking at you like, Grandpa, are you good? And then he turns and looks like and acts like the voice is coming from someplace else. Because I saw Biden attempting to make a turn around in place. Now, normally, you would just crook one foot and pivot and you're going the other way. Oh, hell no. Biden took like 12 steps in that turn, like he was in a program. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took him 10, 12 steps to get turned around. I'm like, oh no, it's a wrap. And then, because see, it wouldn't be a controversial issue if Kamala was a viable vice president. Not only is she not black, ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, not only is she not one of us, not like us, thank you, Kendrick, for giving us some clarity around here. A lot of folks ain't like us, didn't come from them cotton fields. They folks wasn't here before 1975, 74. Sure wasn't here in 64. Oh, hell no. Wasn't here in 60 when anything that had dark skin was getting a foot in their butt. So you wasn't here for that. You wasn't here for all that Jim Crow. You wasn't here for none of that. And you're going to slide in Johnny come lately and all of a sudden you got black benefits and stuff. No, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Somebody got to draw the line. And draw the line with like chalk on the chalkboard with the nails screeching. You're like, I just wanted to end. Okay, I got it. You drew the line. Whew, thank you. But that's where we are when they faced with Kamala. And they don't want to have to tell her, look, everybody talking. And you are not going to be a viable candidate for a number of reasons. Not to mention you ain't color girl. Not to mention you ain't that smart. You ever seen Kamala talking? She looks like a bobblehead. Her head be just bobbling. She's smiling. No. That's still ain't going to work. We're not dealing with that. And they know that's not going to work. Trump will chew her up. And he don't even have to say nothing. Trump got it down so pat. He just keeps the same thing. The election was stolen from me. The border. I'm just saying, this is crazy. And what makes it so chilling, no other Republicans have said, you know what, bro? You got a lot of baggage, man. I don't know. Look, I think I'm going to have to jump in. Bro. Nah, we can't go out like that. We can't be a party represented by a felon. Oh, Lord. We can't be a party represent. We can't be a country that is considering
a felon, and what would be, for all practical purposes, a traitor, a person that tried to overthrow the government of the United States. Now, I know for some, that's not what it was. But from what I saw people breaking into the White House. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I've been around for a minute. I ain't never seen nothing like that there. That was just different. That was a precursor to a whole civil war where any and every Capitol State House might get bum rushed and taken over. And don't nobody know what side the police is going to be on. Oh, I need to add that to, why didn't I get a pen? I need to add that in. The police. Phoenix PD. You are now rolling with Phoenix PD. Whether or not you will make it to the precinct is yet to be determined. That is based on your actions and your actions alone. If I was you, I would shut up and don't move. Oh my God. You are under the control of the notorious Phoenix PD. But we don't only get our man. Oh, we dispose of the man. Like, punch your card out. You're like, okay, hit the clock. He's out. What happened? He was flinching. I don't know if he had medical issues or not, but the Glock went off 9 times. Come on. It's got a hair trigger. And I was in fear for my life. You know, those dark-skinned people, they are a problem. Especially those really dark ones. And so the Phoenix police was under investigation by the DOJ. They did find that the Phoenix Police Department was egregious. I mean, like, oh yeah, you just violating people's civil rights, people's human rights, people's personal rights, people, period. You just in violation, right? And as you know, all last week, the police department was on every news. Sorry, we are the police department. And if you want the DOJ, no, if you want to pay the extraordinary amount that the DOJ is going to charge to oversee us, then we don't think that is proper use of your taxpayers' dollars. I think what you should do is just not worry about any of this. We'll take care of it. I bet you will. So what the Phoenix Police Department wants to do, because the government, the people, the DOJ, is going to be expensive, that we should let the fox watch the hen house. That seems perfectly okay. Yeah, you're going to watch yourself. Well, up to now, you haven't. One of the things that the Phoenix police department emphasized was that the DOJ wanted to just concentrate on a few isolated events and single them out. Well, we got a little hold on a second, answer a text here. See, it's like a friend of mine called me and said his daughter was in a little fender bender, just a little small dent, little scratch in her friend's car. And her friend had just bought the car, brand new. So now, got a little ding. So he called me, he says, hey, bro, what do you know? You know somebody that can tap that out, send me some pictures? I'm like, bro, I got you. Yes, sir. I got you. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm just saying, hell no. And for people, I don't even know what this is.
Welcome to Tone Talks.
What up, y'all? This is Attorney Antonio Moore coming to you from Tone Talks. I want to have a discussion. You're going to frame it around Kendrick Lamar beef with Drake, but it's going to be a larger context. So we're going to frame it around the Kendrick Lamar beef with Drake, but a larger context of what's going on, in my view. You know, this is my opinion. I'm one of the co-founders of ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, led to a national discussion that I think kind of ties into Kendrick and what he's pointing to, and this analysis that I hope that ADOS was going to move to, but we couldn't get past the basics, which is reparations in America should go to American Descendants of Slavery. Let's talk about it. So this is going to be a show. This is going to be our show where we go through a timeline since 2016, 2017, possibly before that, of how this discussion needs to be had, not just about Drake, but about the answer that I believe white capital has made to deal with never correcting American Descendants of Slavery. And I believe what that answer is to find aberrations or loopholes that then tie into the narrative and play up the worst parts of the race for their own benefit. There is a consequence and a cost of the suffocation of ADOS, meaning all four of your grandparents is ADOS and they never got no loophole.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is right now, we're going to have class. Before I get in, and I hadn't really intended to play this, just so happened that my vision bad, the screen is way over there. I got to lean over, bifocal, got to tilt my head back like I'm looking at the sky to be able to see. So I'm like, oh, I just wing it, just click something. And hey, let the universe take over. Because the universe knows what need to be clicked. The universe knows what need to be aired. And there was a conversation yesterday, well, it's in the news, it's going around, that that Drake is looking aged. And I just talked about that. He's looking aged as a result of the wear and tear from this beef. Because this is limited, for whatever y'all might think, this is limited his movement. If you don't think that Drake And his team is saying, oh, damn, bro, we can't go do that one. No, that's going to be a little risky right there. You know, so he got to move with caution around. Ain't nobody playing. You saw what Rick Ross got. Stop it. And now you know that's going to be, all right, so y'all got Rick in Canada, huh? All right. Catch one of y'all in there, USSA. So, but this guy, Mr. Antonio Moore, is the co-founder of ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, and our quest for reparation. This guy is one of the co-founders. The other part of the tandem team is Miss Yvette Cornell from Breaking Brown. She's heavy on the political side because she's a political science major. Antonio Moore is a data man. He's an attorney. He's a practicing attorney. He wrote the book and wrote the story on Freeway Rick Ross and the Iran-Contra cocaine for guns and money and the crack era. That's this guy. He is a brilliant brother. And I can't say more about that. The way he break down the numbers. Even if you were stupid, you would get it. So let's now he's talking about Kendrick, and this Kendrick and Drake beef is ongoing. Where it's going to go? Confrontation. Unless, of course, Drake bows down. Drake got to bow down. Drake got to take an L. He got to do what J. Cole. He got to pull a J. Cole. Folks got to tell him that, look, bro, this can only get worse. What you need to do is submit. You the house nigga. You're going to have to submit to the field nigga. On this one, you're going to have to take an L, bro. They not like us. You are going to have to take an L. And everybody else that's not like us going to have to take L's with you. Kamala, Obama, not like us. All y'all got to take these L's, bro. Y'all had to let Cat Williams tell y'all, this is 2024. This is the year of truth. All lies shall be revealed. Nobody's playing anymore. Game over. Game over. Oh, Lord, speaking of games, did you guys see the clip of Serena trying to get into that skirt? I'm like, girl, you're going to have to put a zipper in there. She was trying to get that over the cup of that, of that onion. Good Lord Jesus. While she was jiggling, trying to shake that ass into that skirt, I'm like, it's like when you're cutting onions and you start crying, you get that onion was, I was like, oh my God. Whew. Just for one night. Good Lord Jesus. That's nasty. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Hey, I had the cash right. It'd probably be possible. Like, yo, look, baby. Let me talk to you for a minute. This nasty, Earl. Oh, where the hell was I? I'm sorry. I lost the game. This changes the whole game, the whole narrative, because the truth shall in fact set you free. So can we take a moment before I get into the rest of the show? Y'all ain't got nothing to do. It's hot as how hot is it? That hot. So hot, a lot of y'all ain't going outside. Yeah, we're gonna talk too about my boy Big Wax. Who else? Oh, everybody. So stay tapped in. Don't go nowhere. You about to learn something around here.
Now, I'm not here for a blackness litmus test, but I am here for an ADOS evaluation. And to explain from what I understand, both in personal life and also professional, I wrote an article, a paper with Duke University professors, what we get wrong about closing the racial wealth gap. I've written on inequality.org, left-wing think tank, come here with no nonsense. We were covered in the New York Times, meaning the ADOS movement in 2019. We did a full conference with over 1,000 people present. And I'm saying all this to frame, and also I was nominated for an Emmy on a documentary, Freeway Cracking the System, that covered the Nicaraguans for the first time. They told us that Maxine couldn't find us, John Kerry couldn't find us, but you found us. Blandone said that. Go look him up. So all of this is to frame the discussion we're about to have, because part of what Kendrick is pointing to is y'all fell in love with a Canadian rapper. A Canadian rapper, and as I understand it, the mama is white and Jewish. I don't have no problem with Jewish people, but the mama white and Jewish, and he decided to become a buffoonish characterization of black folks, and we accepted it under the premise and the understanding that he got an ADOS daddy, as if that cleaned it all up. He from Canada, y'all. I wrote a piece of All Hip Hop nearly 10 years ago now, Drakeism and Our Emotional Breakdown, talking about what I initially saw, which is some significant issues with this man. It ain't just Drake. That's why Kendrick is resonating. I believe that this is bigger than just a rap battle. This ties in to that discussion that ADOS triggered that was necessary, because there's a demarcation I'll show it to you in a second. When black immigrants got here 20 years after Jim Crow, in any kind of number, Caribbean and also African. Before that, it was negligible, if any. Before 1960, if we go back that far, the amount of black immigrants was to the right of the decimal. That's how small they were. And so what happened is ADOS people suffered the consequence and the cost of American slavery. I'm not saying that people don't have their CARICOM and their other places, but they also suffered Jim Crow. And then they beat the door down, and we started having white capital say, we can't deal with them people who really suffering and suffocated. Let us find an average. Can I talk today?
Come on,
They
talk
went out
to
to
me.
Canada to find a rapper. They went to Haiti to find the press secretary. They went to Kenya and Hawaii to find the president. They went to India and Jamaica to find the vice president. And then they said, no, y'all can't come up with ADOS. And they got Nicole Hannah-Jones to do another damn story when it was already in the Times. We'll talk about that. Don't make no sense that girl wrote that paper.
We about to talk.
ADOS, let's take the A off and just call it DOS and say the same thing. Can we talk? Y'all understand what I mean in a second. The results are in. Kendrick Lamar won. I agree. Let's just Drake, bow out. You know, you ain't the one.
All right, so check this out
That's
here.
what Rolling Stone found. You can have your own opinion.
Hold on. YouTube, we are using this under the fair use doctrine. Do not be playing with my channel. This is the reason why we have PSN TV now. Good Lord. So that your content won't be metered like that. And I don't have to do all of that. Bruh, this family, we running his program for information, not so we can try to excel off of his notoriety. Now, what he about to break down to my audience is something that they need to hear. That's what's up. Now, this is not about I'm trying to ride the coattail of his popularity. So that's just straight right now. It's about information.
And I'm not here to gauge necessarily a rap battle. I am here for a culturally nuanced discussion that moves beyond a blackness litmus test into a question why they ain't looking for Adolph's black folks that got them 4 grandparents. Talk about it. They out here finding loopholes. We gonna go through it today. I'm on my K-Dot. Hey, y'all, can I be on my K-Dot today? They crip walking. So what America is doing is taking a little sugar, a little spice. If you got some sugar and some spice, we make you successful because we ain't got to deal with all that spice straight up. All that ADOS. Drake asked Canada to expand its territory so his friends don't have to travel internationally in order to attend his shows. Oh, he thought this was funny. All right. Can I talk about it? Can I slow it down today? Can I bring it to a larger discussion that there's a political movement that has asked the U.S. government, the Office of Managing Budget, to add an ADOS category? Nicole Hannah-Jones wasn't around for that. She just want to write the story and get the publisher or whatever she going to get. We need people that are on the ground doing the politics to make it real, not just people trying to eat and do grills. What she do? What you talking about, Tom? What she do?
Talk to him.
We not trying to do that. We trying to actually move the ball, change things as the Supreme Court when we put people on those steps and the NAACP left ADOS. And she trying to do this. Aubrey Drake Graham, known anonymously as Drake, is a Canadian rapper, singer, and actor. I told you that when I first heard him. He sounded like he took Southern slang, mixed it with some Caribbean sound, and came up with his own dialect. And y'all loved it because it's sugar and spice. You don't want to deal with just that spice straight up.
Yo, don't.
Can I get on my K-Dot today?
Yes, sir.
I'm not here for no light discussion today. We having the heavy one and asking the question, do people come here as the garbage compactor? Do they come here to drop their trash off? Is this the place, meaning ADOS folks, where you got the sugar and spice and you put all the mess in us? Y'all remember when Tiffany Haddish had the chicken and the funky pimp hat, but when it was time to be Eritrean, she had the gala gown on. Montreal dragged into Drake Kendrick Lamar rap. Please look, support this channel because when I do these shows, they don't monetize like that. I need you to support Super Chat or Patreon Tone Talks, or go to Cash Out Tone Talks or ToneTalks.net. Find your mechanism. Support this channel. Share this video. Also support the ADOS Foundation. They're doing the politics while other people writing articles that already got written in the New York Times again and saying, I didn't know. Cali House wasn't talking about this. Because this isn't just a reparations discussion. It's a lineal one. How would they? There was barely any black immigrants here. That's your argument. You don't understand the topic. But this is the buffoonism. It is the characterization of ADOS. But they both got ADOS parents, Tone. I'm not having a genetic discussion right now. I am having a discussion about the performative element of using the idea of ADOS to access an idea of struggle. Can we get to it? It's a lot of people out here doing too much with them good parents. I just did the Issa Rae show, so I'm going to touch her. But go back and watch that show to the full idea. But this is the performance of the idea of the trash compactor part of ADOS in my view. You can have your own. You use this to make you feel strong like you hood. You have an Issa Rae crip walking when she was not here for the LA riots. Telling you straight, there is a generation of Adolfs around my age living in Los Angeles, and they mama and daddy wouldn't let them on what we used to call the RTD. They didn't let them on the bus. Does the bus make you black? No. But not going to synagogue make you goddamn Adolfs and understand the struggle and the suffocation of it all. So I'll read in a second how her mama ran the synagogue, skipped Louisiana. She didn't build up LA. She wasn't doing no Adolfs politics for Adolfs folks. And I'm not dealing with whether her mama taught at the wash house. I saw that. Wash prep. I'm dealing with how do you get to that choice? Can we get on our K-Dot while your daughter out here crib walking and don't know nothing about the RTD? That's what it was called before it was. Before what it was. But we out here with the grill zone. I'm on my K-Dot today. And then when we say something, you say, are you saying I'm not black enough to? Yes, I'm saying that this is some goddamn buffoonery. This is all buffoonery by people that come from privilege. What you mean? We'll talk about it. I'm on my K-Dot today. 310-388-3499. I want to hear from you. We're going to have this discussion. I want to frame why this is resonating. I want to frame and make sure everybody understands that there's an American descendant of slavery discussion that was triggered by two intellects, myself and Yvette Carnell. Shout out to Howard. I went to UCLA, the top public university in the nation. And I want you to understand what has happened here is folks know that there is a ball of I guess you could say content creation or American value inside of the struggle that is Adolfs. So what you do is play down and call it sugar and spice, one side each kind of bullshit. But you don't tell us what it is to leave to synagogue when black folks hadn't even been out the country, or some not even on the plane. Or you don't tell us how you wasn't here for the riots, but you want a crib walk. How your mama and daddy said that you can't be on that RTD. It's too dangerous. You can't go past Western. But this is triggered out of and reflected most in Barack Obama. Kenyan and white, raised in Hawaii. But because he married to Michelle, he's the same as us. I'll show you in a second how his white grandma left him nearly $500,000. Nearly $500,000 in stock. There might not be 1,000 Adolfs out of 50 million that will ever see that kind of inheritance. But then the way he traps you isn't through giving you policy. He said no to reparations. Remember Ta-Nehisi Coates' piece? The way he traps you is to bring hip hop stars down to the White House and let them stand around him in the White House. The performative elements of blackness. They ain't gonna bring no Yvette and Tone. They might really show that I ain't doing nothing for black people. In 2008, the United States saw its highest voter turnout in young voters for the first time in 35 years. Celebrities of different statuses and backgrounds banded together to help campaign for the first black president. All right. And we have Ta-Nehisi Coates as Obama is leaving office. Do a piece. My president was black. Again, I'm framing the larger narrative around this Drake Kendrick thing that is leading it to resonate, in my view, to a much larger scale than a hip hop rap battle. It is a question of why are we letting the sugar and spice folks buffoon around on Adolf, give us no policy, support no politics, give us no change, and then the white folks can use them because they got a white mama to feel like somebody else in the room, but they act just like them because they mama white. Can we talk? Make them feel real comfortable. The whole point is to get us in the room. Oh, so we doing the hairpins and the grill. We doing the crip walk. This ain't just about color, because she brown. They done skinnied her up and she out here. She gonna do everything she can to make the quote unquote boule of Black America feel like, oh, you can take your own hip hop too. And you got the bottoms too. I'm on my K-Dot today. I want to frame this because we got to look back to this article to frame how Black America doesn't get it all. How ADOS Black America, before me and Yvette brought about the national discussion. Remember when Tariq said we was godsends before the FBA thing and was hollering ADOS? Him too, he was hollering ADOS, yes. No about no FBA. That's not a right term. You got to say American descendants of slavery to make it clear. It's like Nike and the logo. You don't separate it till everybody is really branded on the concept. College. The farewell party presented by BET. All right, so the guy that gave us no politics is getting a farewell party on the Black-owned TV station, or the Black TV station, because I think we had sold it by then. Was the last in a series of concerts the first couple had hosted at the White House. Guests were asked to arrive at 5:30 p.m. By 6, 2 long lines stretched behind the Treasury building where the Secret Service was checking names. The people in these lines were in the main Black, and their humor reflected it. We gonna joke around when he ain't give us no reparations. He ain't did no policy for us. He told us that we gonna be all right. He saved the white folks, let our houses be stolen out from under us. And we gonna laugh with him while he inherited $500,000 from a white woman that we don't know if that came from some racism. He fine. He don't need no reparation. The briskier Q was dubbed the good hairline. This is the performative element. So people are coming from two parents, particularly when one parent is white, and they're using this performative element of the 60s rhetoric, the 50s and the 30s rhetoric to make themselves feel more Blacker, quote unquote, because they feel like we put them on the outside. All right. Stop doing this and we ain't gonna put you on the outside. We don't need this. This is what she responded with. I'll show you in a second. When a white conservative came to her about her 1619. All right, we're going to talk about that granddaddy in a second. Did he leave you some inheritance? I would love to hear about that. I don't want to hear about no touch and feel. I want to hear, when we talk about family trees, when we talk about wealth, we're talking about gifts and inheritance. If your white granddaddy is Republican, come on, and you admitted that, and he part of the clubs or whatever organizations, the unions, and then he died and he leave you that part of the house just like your white cousins. Did you put that in the 1619? I want to know about that. By one guest, and there was laughter at the prospect of the Secret Service subjecting us all to a brown paper bag test. They did not come to pass, but security was tight. Several guests were told to stand in a makeshift pen and wait to have their background checked. 310-388-3499. The ties between Obama White House and the hip hop community are genuine. Okay. Did anybody see if Jay-Z got any government contracts for knowing Obama? Oh, maybe he can't pass because he selling drugs and he's a dropout. Did anybody see any kind of train of political movement, political people that came after Obama that were ADOS? Everybody at MSNBC gone. Everybody, Melissa Harris Perry, all of them. The Obamas are social with Beyonce and Jay-Z. They hosted Chance the Rapper and Frank Ocean at a state dinner, and last year invited Swiss Beats, Buster. This is what makes, he is the president of America, and we talking about him like he an owner of a rap label. Lucius. He Lucius Lyon. He invited him down. But it got real interesting, and this is the framework that I just think about what Kendrick Lamar is saying about Drake. When it's time to get to the meat and potatoes, oh, he ain't got nothing for us. Obama had been on record as opposing reparations. I don't need no man who was elected by ADOS folks, because we put him in office. We turned states, we put him in office. You don't believe that? Then maybe you need to check your mind. Obama had been on record as opposing reparations, but now late in his presidency, he seemed more open to the idea, in theory. I don't need you to write that, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I don't need you to save this man. I don't need on his last day for him to say, I think about reparations. Go on and hold that L. Here goes, my president was black. A history of the first African-American White House. The White House is not defined by the first lady. It's defined by the president, and he's not African-American, Ta-Nehisi. He is Kenyan-American. There is a difference, and that is the importance of the Office of Management Budget giving us our category that they chose not to give us, and Nicole Hannah-Jones was not part of the discussion to help put pressure on them. She had no idea this was going on, in my belief. I'd love to see her submission to the office, because I did mine, I can pull it up. Meaning the Office of Management Budget by the government that the census uses, and they use to come up with MENA, the new category, Middle Eastern, North African. That category was created, but not category for ADOS, even if it's called something else. We just out here floating. And the sugar and spice folk get to benefit because you was in Dakar, Senegal during the riots. Or your white granddaddy that was a Republican is going to let you access the privileges of whiteness through gifts and inheritance, and you ain't going to put that in that 1619. Can we talk about it? And that is what Kendrick is saying when he says that the man is from Canada and from a white mama. The political problems with turning the argument for reparations into reality are manifold. So we already talking about the problems. I don't need to know the problems. I put you in office. Fix it. Fix it. You don't tell no white Republican. You ain't gonna tell Nicole Hannah-Jones granddaddy that stuff. Don't tell us that stuff. You figure it out. If you look at countries like South Africa, where you had a black majority, there have been efforts to tax and help that black majority, but it hasn't come in the form of formal reparations program. Look, I don't know what this man been selling you. I know that I was in South Africa, and I'm gonna tell you the maddest person I met in my whole trip. It was a white man that was he was almost like a servant. He was like a housemaid kind of guy, and he was mad because they took his land and gave it back to black folks. And he said they didn't know how to sow the land or till the land, and he knew better. But I know something happened that didn't happen here. Huh? Ooh, can we get to it? Can I talk about it today? Can I make the larger discussion around Drake, around Kendrick, and bring it out to Obama? Because y'all showed Obama, he picked Kendrick. Issa, bring it out to Nicole Hannah-Jones. Bring it out to Drake when he got the Jerry curl. Did they put that in your hair the same way I saw a Korean getting it put in? They had to do some kind of twisty stuff. You out here buffooning black folk. That is what K is talking about. And we've been allowing it because there is a part of Black America that is too loud because they are the most educated and they have the most privilege, and white folks let them in the room that are talking for the general body of a struggling, collapsed ADOS that have my parents and my grandparents and my grandparents' grandparents on both sides. I want to talk. I want to talk today. The political problem with turning the argument for reparations to reality are manifold. Obama said, if you look at countries like South Africa, where you had a black majority, there have been efforts to tax and help that black majority, but it hasn't come in the form of formal reparations programs. You have countries like India. Why are we talking about India and America? This is the first world country. Developing countries, I don't want to hear about that. I don't even understand why he would bring these examples up. We're in America. You owe me trillions. Figure it out. You have countries like India that have tried to help untouchables with untouchables are not ADOS. It's a very different dynamic. They got to figure out their own struggle. They did not build this place the way that we built this place that became the richest place in the history of the world. I showed it in Rise of Legacy. Like literally, I think like 60% of the wealthiest people ever came out of this country. What are we talking about with India? Do you not know? And Ta-Nehisi didn't even shut him down. I don't want to hear about India. Please focus on America. You have countries like India that have tried to help untouchables with essentially affirmative action programs, but it hasn't fundamentally changed the structure of their society. So the bottom line is that it's hard to find a model in which you can practically administer and sustain political support for these kind of efforts. Okay. Obama went on to say that it would be better and more realistic to get the country to rally behind a robust liberal agenda. He didn't say that when his grandmama left him that $500,000 though. Obama's grandmother, Madeline Dunham, left him stock in the Bank of Hawaii valued at almost $500,000 at the time of her death. Screen so you can understand how crazy it is for people who have a white line to tell us anything about this whole narrative, because without telling us the full truth, because we wouldn't even know this if he didn't deliver it in the document. He would just be quiet about it. So throughout his time in Chicago, he's getting gifts. He went to the Punahou High School, and the grandparents are paying. Nicole Hannah-Jones, what's your story? Put that in the New York in the 1619. Tell us the whole truth about the gifts and the advantages and the privileges.
Yes, sir.
But we can't ask for that. Barack Obama inherited $500,000 while in the White House, but the value of the stock plunged rapidly. In a world where only 5% of African American households have more than $350,000 in net worth. So when we talk about this thing and we start to ask the question, putting celebrity aside, all them little basketball players they keep showing on TV to mesmerize you with the decadent veil, what we're seeing is that there is an advantage and a privilege when you are not suffocated by the full cost of ADOS that white capital is seeking out and asking to come into the room and speak for all of the struggling ADOS without the energy or the politics. Where was you at, Nicole Hannah-Jones, when we was talking about the OMB or on the Supreme Court steps?
Talk.
The misadventures of Issa Rae. 4 years ago, the comedian's YouTube series went viral. This is 2015. This is how they introduced us to her. And when they introduced us to her, I read this whole thing in the last show. Listen to this part. The family fell into exceptionally average life. They met in France. The daddy a pediatrician. They moved to Dakar, Senegal, and they fell into an average life. From almost the majority, and that's much higher than 51%, of ADOS in the 80s hadn't even left America. Some hadn't even been on a plane. The family fell into an exceptionally average life until escalating gang violence unnerved Ray's mother. She insisted that the family relocate to Senegal. Y'all telling me about Louisiana, and they skipped Louisiana, Atlanta, everything else, and they ran to Senegal. Issa's like 2-3 years old. They ran to Senegal, and the daddy says living in Africa, the continent, would instill his children with discipline and respect for their heritage. They can't get that in LA. This that sugar and spice, people.
That's right.
And now what we have is that's who's going to speak for us and give us the show while she crip walk. Part of what we're seeing with this discussion is we don't understand family trees, because these shows and these, you know, you had the Lions, and meaning you remember the whole show on Fox, Lucius Lyon and them. You had Cookie Lion and all this money falling out. But in reality, what happens is that white line in 2024 may advantage you in such a way where your privilege basically gives you access to being white. You don't tell nobody, and what you do instead is put a grill in your mouth. Come on. Can I go on my kick out today?
Yes, sir. Talk to him.
I want to know what they inherited. I want to know what Kamala inherited from the mama. I want to know what Nicole Hannah-Jones inherited from the granddaddy and what kind of gifts she got throughout life. I want to know what Drake is getting from his mama. Who paid for the first ticket to get down to America?
Oh, boy. The daddy didn't.
$500,000 from this white grandmama. We not even dealing with the fact that she had this job at a time when black women couldn't get this job.
Y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? This is Antonio. This is Christian Mosley from Fayetteville, North Carolina. How you doing, sir?
Give me your take on it. I'm tying it all together, making it a bigger narrative so that we can talk about why this is resonating. In my view, we got the sugar and spice folk, and that's the new answer in America, because ADOS folk ain't got nothing, and they don't want to give us the data. That's why they didn't do the OMB. The civil rights orgs objected to us even being a category, because once you get that category, you're gonna find out, like here in Los Angeles, that the middle black family only worth $200 liquid, and y'all gonna get too frustrated. Go ahead. Y'all do that. Right.
True.
You 110% right, because this is I think the phenomenon between the Kendrick and the Trippy is showing really a much larger phenomenon that you and Missy Bennett have been pointing out for well over a decade now about how this phenomenon has real life consequences. So Drake being able to be from Canada, raised by a white mother, and live that lifestyle, only to, wanting to have this relationship with his dad all public, clicking up with these rappers in Atlanta to put on this Adolf tag to get a bag. Same thing Obama did to us. Same thing that many other non-Adolf politicians do to us in order to gut us for whatever it is that we have left. And I think it's phenomenal that you've been pointing it out in such a way where it's very easy to connect these dots.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket.
It's not rocket science. Well, it kind of. Let me tell you what made it rocket science is that nobody knows information. Like Nicole Hannah-Jones, she didn't know. I'll show you in a second what she tweeted when we initially had Philly Inquirer do an article saying we don't care that she looks black. We want some Adolf's politics. She said you have a black litmus test. Now we doing articles like we understand, but we already was in the New York Times. I'll show in a second.
We got a black litmus test. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, caller.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
So yeah, I think just to decide on it is interesting because I was also a part of some of the folks that were putting in for the OMB, and even had my own story to tell in there about my family. Doing some real political work that was organized by you all. But I think or at least the last thing I wanted to leave off is that it's interesting that one of the things that you pointed out that people do often, the best point this out is that oftentimes in moments like this, people have the wrong conversation, and that this is a very sensational moment, but they're having the wrong conversation, which is this is about either purely platonic stuff or maybe colorism, but not talking about the cost of having our heritage in this nation and not being repaired. And the fact that the data does not get updated on purpose for us.
Hold on. And speaking of taking the conversation somewhere else, that is what we are going to talk about with Mr. Jones. That's right. Of taking the conversation somewhere else and then not wanting to own the results. Well, we're going to get back to this because this is some education for y'all. This is some education for everybody. Because at the end of the day, my job is to inform and entertain. Kind of sort of. In the process. So that it's not that rigid, oh my God, information. And I'm sorry that I had to go away for a minute because I had a phone call and it was quite serious. But not unlike a conversation that I had earlier. And boy, because I'm a nice guy and I should have just went live with the conversation and not even said it was live. Because y'all remember Power Road slipped up into that and was live with, some shattering information. And a lot of people, you want to have a conversation? Oh, yeah, well, let's do it in the wide open because we get to see who's got a brain and who's not got a brain. Because you can't just make a brain up. You can't make a brain up on the fly. You can't freestyle a brain. Nah, sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. You're going to have one at that point in time. So we're going to get into that, but we're going to finish this. I'm going to finish this up. Because this is so poignant so in the now. And it's a wonder that I saved it, and it's in my video library, because there was going to come a point in time when I needed to use it. And I wasn't expecting to use it. I was expecting it to play some music videos, some buzz, some music videos, and then get on with some news. But clearly, I wasn't paying attention. And I clicked on it, like, okay, what is it? Click, and this is what it is. But the universe knows. The universe knows what's up, what need to be said, because a lot of things that actually need to be said, very few people have the wherewithal to actually say it. They all say, well, I like Trump. I like Trump because he just speaks his mind. I speak my mind. You don't like me, though, at all, huh? Oh, my God. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Oh, yeah, we like a person that speaks their mind. All right, cool. Here we go. Oh, when they speak in their mind and it makes sense. Oh, okay. Now it's an issue, huh? Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, man. That would have me on my Eddie Murphy all night. Oh, for sure. But anyway, let's get back to Tone. Tone Talks. ADOS co-founder and the giant of a intellectual. I'm like, you can't, I can't say enough about the brother at all. I mean, because you got to get credit. For one, you got to get credit where it's due. And somebody come through with a fire. This is like having Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, I'd even throw Farrakhan in, and H. Rap Brown and a Stokely Carmichael all kind of mixed in together. But more like H. Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael, Huey P. Newton, kind of Malcolm X kind of guy. This is like Malcolm X had been a lawyer too, an attorney as well. You know what I mean? But anyway, we ain't got to worry about them when we got him. For sure.
I'll even look back at some of the data that you pulled from 2016 and say that there are certain updates we don't get for a reason, because we're on ice skates right now. And if people knew the type of danger that we are currently in, this free fall, if there would be a massive outcry, just morally, just for there to be some sort of repair.
Well, right now we had a bad president. Thank you so much. So like, we don't need no repair. Y'all ain't happy with a Kenyan man that was white that became president? Well, then y'all voted for him. That's what they feel like. Y'all ain't happy with this? She got a Pulitzer and this man got Grammys. Y'all ain't happy?
We gave y'all that.
Y'all ain't happy with her? She crip walking. Ain't that good enough for you? She hood. She wasn't here for the riots. Probably never got on the RTD. The mama ran to Senegal. And y'all don't know what's going on. Somebody would say, are you saying that you got to struggle to be black? We're not having that discussion. What we're having is a nuanced discussion about being authentic. Authentically from Dakar, Senegal, or Potomac, Maryland. Authentically talking the truth about
where you from,
what it is to have a white parent in your life that went to the Rotary Club, or that's a Republican. It has all the friends and the access,
shout
and
out
the
to
unions,
Rotary.
and the clubs, and the
not
church,
Rotary,
and the scholarships that come out of the white church for you. We couldn't even get there with ADOS because we got stopped off on some nonsense about being African, or I don't know what these people was talking about. I'm on my K-Dot today.
K-Dot.
So again, Obama inherited $500,000 from the white grandma in a time when Black American households, only 5% were worth $350 net, not liquid. That's liquid money he received. He ain't got to sell no house or nothing. I'm having this discussion, 310-388-3499. Thank you so much for calling as you call. Because we have an Issa Rae who didn't just move to any synagogue. She moved, as somebody actually said it, didn't realize the car is sea-facing, where she had a maid in the house in the context of Senegalese maids. And as I read stories about it, it's highly oppressive. So you got a maid, so your mama ran where the maid is at. Okay. Synagogue, we ain't going to talk about none of that. You come back and... But when the riots was going on, you wasn't here.
No.
So
RTD,
what? No riots, but you gonna tell the story.
You're gonna tell the story about blackness, huh? Okay. That's why we got our TV,
I want to have this discussion because nobody is connecting these dots. Nobody is talking about this RTD bus before it was called Metro. Nobody is asking the question, did she just take the palm trees out and stick them on? Stick.
Yes, sir.
What part of this is true? We got Kamala.
Yes, sir.
Saying that she smoked in college while listening to Tupac.
Yes.
Around the 38-minute mark on the Breakfast Club. You remember that? And the Jamaicans, because you don't really see Jamaicans coming out for her like that. We never see the dad really. What's going on? Since that's the access way to not be Indian, be black. Around the 38-minute mark, another of the show hosts, DJ Envy, asked, what does Kamala Harris listen to? Before Harris could answer, Charlamagne the God interjected and asked her what she listened to while she smoked in college, because they had just giggled about smoking weed.
Yeah.
What were you listening to when you was high? Charlamagne the God said. What was on? What song was on? Then DJ Envy said, was it Snoop? Oh yeah, definitely Snoop, Harris said. Tupac for sure. We are going to do the performative elements of
Didn't even let her answer the question
of hip hop blackness as a way to get that black vote. But we're not gonna do that here. We got our outfit on. We respectful and all that when we in here. He ain't gonna go for it. Talk about that weed if you want to. Talk about that weed in front of him. I want to talk. I want to get to the reality of the sugar and spice people that are a mix of Jamaican and Indian, or Kenyan and white, or Canadian and ADOS and just a mix of things. Because the mix is how they are answering for not giving you reparations. We find aberrations that grew up in Senegal or flew out to India in the 70s like Kamala did, or lived like Obama did in Asia in the 70s, and we bring them in the room because they're not frustrated like Tony is.
That's right. That's right. They don't want the truth, though. Oh, you about to get it here, though.
Somebody called it a buffer gas.
This is PSN.
You had a Kamala that I interviewed, this woman, Sheree Peoples, who, while trying to play to the black vote, was really more right-wing than anything, and still, to me, in many ways is. But the human cost of Kamala Harris' war on truancy, this ain't a game. This ain't a game. I interviewed her. They brought her out in handcuffs under policy that Kamala Harris set up. The same Kamala that had black men fighting fires that should have been out and released from prison for free down there, or low wages.
Yeah, the firefighters in California. That was it.
The same Kamala that talked about she rode the bus that integrated and all this. Thank you so much, Spiritual Wings.
She be lying. A lot of people.
I'm having this discussion because as we look at what Kendrick is tapping on, he is tapping on a question, not of whether you black enough, but why you keep buffooning black folks to sell records. Because what's happening, let me make it clear for everybody.
Come on now.
We don't accept white folks doing this. So what white folks do is get a proxy.
Yes.
They get a black person that'll do this, that then comes in the room and talks to them like this right here and says, they get a black person in the room that grew up in actually Potomac, Maryland. And then we allow the black person to do the stuff that white people want to do, and they laugh about it. And it is that Kendrick is tapping on. Can I get on my K-Dot today?
K-Dot.
Can I get on my K-Dot today? I ain't
Uh-uh.
trying to hurt no feeling. I'm just trying to crush them all.
They can't take it.
So
They can't.
you in church today. I know a lot of people. There's 1,000 people in here. You ain't got to
We in
call.
church.
What else you say?
It's Sunday.
It's okay.
Yes,
I know
sir.
it's tough.
Come
I know
on.
it's tough to hear Obama say he don't care about no reparations. He got his reparation. He got 500,000 from the grandma, and that's not all he got. He's sitting up in Chicago, about my same age as my daddy, and he getting hundreds of dollars in the damn 80s.
Come on now.
Shit, this is a whole fucking white privilege he accessing.
Yes.
And that is the question that I needed from Nicole Hannah-Jones. Did you inherit from the white granddaddy? And if so, what did you inherit? Put that in the 1619.
Yeah.
I feel guilty having inherited from this line, knowing that's an article. I don't want to hear about no sugar and spice.
Talk.
I want to hear Issa Rae talk to me how she gonna write about LA. She wasn't here for the riots.
Talk.
They struggling today. I'm knocking down heroes. They got their outfit on when it's time. So when it's time, you got your outfit on. You respectful. All right. But when it's time to do black folks, we putting them in prison, and we for truancy. That ain't even real. The lady daughter was sick. This is Kamala's policy. So when somebody came out with a white conservative answer to 1619, and her answer was to say, and you can't find the tweet that it's hard to find it. At least I couldn't find it. I want to say that this is my response to the 1776 project. If you zoom in, you kind of see it. And then she put this up. Okay. Yeah, that's real fucking cute. Then you got Tiffany Haddish. When it's time to be Adolf, she got the chicken at the Met Gala. But when she Eritrean, she got the Princess Ziria gown. The Ziria gown that looks very, very respectable. We come back to Issa Rae's daddy saying what? What did he say again? Let's go back because this is the crux of it. This is where you come to play when you ADOS. But living in Africa, Ray's father agreed, living in Africa would instill with his children with discipline and respect. All right.
Ain't gonna get no discipline and respect in America, in the hood.
So in March of this year, Nicole Hannah-Jones wrote an article. I don't feel like people really cared that much, but some people maybe did.
Hey.
But in the article, she made a lot of arguments about ADOS and just took the A off.
Yeah.
The colorblindness trap, how a civil rights ideal got hijacked. Okay. Descendants, but did not want the descendants of slavery. Okay. To see that descendants of slavery. In 2019, in 2020, in 2016, me and Yvette Carnell are taking daggers to introduce ADOS to Black America that thinks they flat black. Nicole Hannah-Jones is nowhere around. Controversial group ADOS divides Black Americans and fight for economic equality. This is the ABC News story.
Now,
when we have this article written in February of 2019 at the height of Kamala, they want to launch Kamala on MLK Day. We do this piece and it causes a stir. It's not whether Kamala Harris is black enough, critics say, and they're talking about myself, Yvette, and our fans from our shows, the show you're watching now.
Yes.
It's not whether Kamala Harris is black enough, critics say, but whether her policies will support Native Black Americans. After we put this piece out, this is what Nicole Hedder-Jones says. So we really gonna have a segment of Black folk giving the correct type of blackness litmus test to Kamala Harris like we did Obama. Critiques that have nothing to do with her politics, but only to do if she is really kind of black.
Count on my ass.
The article talks about policy. But in addition, we are asking a question about the thing that she only got to in March of 2024, but she's putting it in the New York Times Magazine, in the New York Times, and we was already in the New York Times. Let me see if I got it in print in 2019. So the concept from her article, let me switch around, is in the New York Times in 2019, both in print and online. It causes a national discussion she's very aware of. We're self-interested. The growing identity debate in Black America, a spirited debate is playing out in Black communities across America over the degree to which identity ought to be defined by heritage, African heritage. Understand, this was so big that the New York Times flew somebody from New York to Louisville for our conference for 9 hours with a photo man in this era of media. They flew a reporter to our conference for 9 hours with a camera. A photographer, a real photographer. That's how they got this photo. We didn't send them that photo. But in March of 2024, she is saying descendants of slavery and descendants of slavery. But when it's time to do the Office of Management and Budget, she ain't around. When it's time to stand up to the NAACP, she ain't around.
Come on now.
So what she's saying in 2019 after this article comes out on Kamala is, y'all better be quiet because black is flat and black. But she don't know this, that before 1960, there was nearly no Black immigrants from the Caribbean is the dashes and the dots are Africans. And then even if you go to 1980, they really aren't here. Less than 1 million combined. At that time, there's probably 30 million ADOS people. And it's less than 1980, 20 years after Crow. They don't really get here till after 1990.
Come on now.
That's 30 years after Jim Crow down there, 25 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talking about it.
Yes, we is.
And I need you to understand it. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Talk. Tone talks.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, call. What's going on?
Give me your take on it, because I don't understand this whole pose with the grill and all that. I think she's from Iowa or something. I'm not saying that they don't do this in Iowa, but Lord.
What we doing now?
This is all this performance.
Unfortunately, it's not just the physical capital that we were exploited for to use to build company. Now we're being exploited for our cultural capital. And I think, like you said, why don't they make music in Drake's case? Why don't they make in Nicole Hedder-Jones? Why don't she try to pull from her own life experience to forward herself in her career?
You can't sell that.
Because they know no one's interested in their background. No one's interested in their life story. No one is interested in their background experience. And that's why they cosplay, and that's why they take from the Adolf story, because the Adolf story is the most intriguing story, because we've made such a tremendous progress from slavery. And also, let me say one more thing. In an individual life, the narrative of an ADOS person that gets a Pulitzer Prize or gets nominated for Emmy is a story of overcoming. I overcame though, sweetheart. Like meaning my mama and my daddy had me at 16 and was never together. Meaning my grandmama, my mama and my daddy didn't even know their daddies. Meaning that I'm dealing with the suffocation of being ADOS. I don't got no white granddaddy that was a Republican. And I'm not saying that don't make her genetically ADOS. And I'm not saying she can't speak for her idea of being ADOS. But I'm saying white capital is seeking these people out and elevating them and then making us take the daggers for telling y'all the truth about the wealth. Who told you first about the wealth gap? Ask yourself. Go ahead. Well, white
Oh,
captain that allowed them
man.
to
You know, in some cases, when you hear the raw truth, you are like, damn. If you any kind of human, you got to say, damn, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I have to say, that's pretty, yeah. No, you gotta suck it up. Yeah, all right, you good. You all right.
do these things because they came from a background that where they didn't have that excess money. They might have had to do like actual jobs. Like they might not have been in the economic.
Let me explain to that point. To that point, let's slow this down a bit about what I'm saying. So what people got to understand is you don't need 4 grandparents that's white. You only needed 1. So what's happening is if you have a white granddaddy that has a $800,000 house, or for that matter, like Obama, he got the white grandmama. Do he need 3 more? Do he need the other side to be white? No. If they give him the privileges and advantages of all of the access that white folks got from stealing from black folks, what's the goddamn difference? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the case of Drake, again, also it's not just what we see here, but that's also what we see on everyday jobs. Like there's a gatekeeping on everyday jobs to block the true narrative, the true ADOS narrative from being even explored. Like a lot of these DEI committees, a lot of these
we got
corporations that focus on diversity in terms of African Americans.
We got gatekeepers around here within the community. We got gatekeepers. It is from the cotton fields.
A lot of those people are gatekept by people that came up in the suburbs, people that are biracial, people that are white adjacent, and don't come from that full ADOS experience. And we see that with Nicole Hannah-Jones trying to block ADOS from telling the real story. Because if ADOS is to tell the real story and exposes her for not coming from a true ADOS background, her career is lost. Like she's irrelevant. She's irrelevant. She's irrelevant. She's exposed as not coming from a true ADOS background.
I mean, let me jump in here because I don't understand how the New York Times, like a lot of times what happens with ADOS people is you don't have an event in Antonio because
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
like you get people that have went through extreme costs because like my natural life where it leads to is like in this moment Uber driving, prison, even homelessness. So that person's so frustrated they speaking and stuff so they can't get in the Times. When the lady came and asked me for the Times article, she asked me if I think it was had I been to jail before. It was like, wow, not Nicole Hannah-Jones, the one that wrote the story. So like what's happening is I'm putting my ass on the line for you. And what happens is this motherfucking lady, what she does is basically we are in the Times because me and Yvette put ourselves on the line. So we don't need, and this what she do, look, once you have this, I'm sorry, caller. Once you have this, you can't come back in the Times 5 years later and say nearly the same thing. It don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
We do.
And I don't know how that happened, but I know that black folks didn't respond. ADOS black folks did not respond accordingly. Any last thing you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, real quick. Okay, so I was actually part of the DEI discussion at my job. And one of the things I said, we don't have diversity because if you have a sneaker collection and you have Air Force Ones diverse sneaker collection. You have to have different sneaker sets, and you have diverse sneaker collection. You can't just have. So my point was that if you have diversity, but all the people who represent diversity come from the same background, same life experience, then it's not truly diversity. And a black woman said, well, because, she was trying to minimize what I'm saying. And she said, well, there's no argument of black diverse. And I said, well, there's no argument. There is, going back to, Adolf, and what you and Yvette put out there, I said, there's no arbiter, but there is census data that can give you a background on how the majority of black people live in this country. So you can't make a determination if a black person comes from a shared experience or is an albatross, in the words you got.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And so what I'm having a discussion about is to frame this negative, this because it also is the idea of like being honest about how people just didn't understand what we was talking about, and then you learn the stuff because it was in the times, and you said it that you didn't understand because this shows you didn't understand this. Meaning the census numbers. We're saying that people that was here after 1970 and 80 and also didn't suffer through the cost of American descendant of slavery, bearing the cost building this place, are vastly different. That's not even rocket science. But you got her, and I'm framing her in context of Drake. I'm framing Issa Rae. I'm framing Kamala. I'm framing Obama. I'm framing Tiffany Haddish. And I don't want to read this whole thing, but Nicole Hatter-Jones keeps her eye on the prize. It's a Vanity Fair article, but it frames some interesting stuff. Listen to this part. She's talking about, I believe, her white grandfather. I have a very close relationship with my mom. The mom is white. Now, I don't have no problem with white folks. I want y'all to think that that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you what is happening in this era is that America is seeking out aberrations and sugar and spice because they don't want to deal with us. In my view, I have a very close relationship with my mom, despite my grandparents being conservative, rural, white people who liked Ronald Reagan and were vehemently opposed to Obama. There is a benefit of being attached to that. There's plenty of white liberals today that have a white parent, that white grandparent that did the same thing. What happens is you get to have your left politics and still benefit from the expressive cost of racism against black folks in your life, from college paid, from little gifts all throughout the year, paying for soccer practice. You get to access white privilege. I want to hear about that from you. How did you access white privilege? Because at some point, just like Obama's $400,000, your access to white privilege makes you such an aberration, you damn sure shouldn't be speaking for us. And that's my view. Everybody got their own.
At all.
Instead of this whole sugar and spice that she wrote. When my grandfather, Joseph Novatini, was born, he was designated male and white. So we got to hear about gender because that's what we claim. So when my Arlena Tillman is my grandmother's side on my father's side, and she was born, so sugar and spice is dancing. All you need is one person at that Rotary Club.
Yeah.
That was part of that union that locked out black folk.
Yes, sir.
That union led to him getting that house in that white neighborhood, and then when he died, he leave it in part to you. He don't say, you black, you don't get it. If he did, that should have been in 1619. But if he didn't, and you and all your cousins got the same share, how that fit in this story?
Ain't can't
It's
tell.
time to tell the truth, because I know March 2024 don't make no sense to be making this argument when the New York Times already put us in there in 2019 saying the same thing more explicitly clear, and when you ain't part of the politics. Yvette said it. Understand in 2019, Nicole Hatter-Jones didn't even understand the importance of lineage. So we really going to have a segment of black folks giving the correct type of black litmus test while Tone Tykes and I were advocating for lineage. And then we took daggers from the top of America. So when you ask how, this is the top of America. They put out a paper saying Yvette didn't talk about COVID. I was the first black folk in America, really, on YouTube, you can go Google it, that took on COVID seriously. And there was a big chance that they would ban my channel.
Right.
But I knew y'all needed to issue on water. Then they turned around and said we didn't talk about COVID.
Mm-hmm. Had to retract it.
Then they said we misinformation, and Harvard, once everything got laid out, had to retract the paper. Those are the daggers that came out of, in my view, doing this. She didn't take no daggers.
Nope.
She coming in after all this, the dust is settling, and said, "I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna clear it up." It's already cleared. It was already in the same paper.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to talk. And don't tell me nothing about nothing. I didn't put this man's name out. This was in the NPR story. Don't tell me nothing. I'm not arguing with y'all. Talking points is the right phrase because they didn't invent any of this. Did not do original research or theory. How are you saying that? What are you talking about? That's why your reporter came.
Yeah.
When you talk, let me be clear how ignorant this woman has been. When you talk about Cali House or things like that, it is way before this when there's mass immigration here. They are talking about reparations, but in the context of Americans, like AUS being the whole population. When you talk about narking them, they not even saying what we saying. They talking about global reparations and reparations for African descent people. So they not talking about what we saying. What we're saying is original concept. Now, the beginnings of it, the seedlings, you saw with King talking about the slave, the descendant of the slave. But because there wasn't mass immigration until after King died, even he isn't talking about the nuance and in-depth discussion we're saying because he couldn't have foreseen Obama. But you're going to tell us that we didn't have no original concept. But the Times sent somebody for 8 hours down to our conference, and we had 1,000 people in there.
Shout out to 8-0.
And then what happens is Peter got to sit it out, and you're going to laugh, but you don't sit it out too.
Mm-hmm.
So, colonizer, but then you got a white grandmama. And somebody could say, well, that my shit way back. I'm talking about way back. Got to go back 4-5 generations. Yours is right here, and you get the privilege and the wealth from all of the Republican Rotary Club, whatever else, white church, right here, like a white person. And then you going to laugh like Peter is the one that's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was a mass discussion last year about the disaggregation for data purposes, asking and demanding that the census break out ADOS and actually call us ADOS. You can be another term. They need to be something. And they said they don't want to do that. And part of the reason that they don't want to do that is because of the black orgs.
Mm-hmm.
The same black orgs that when Byron was fighting the Civil Rights Act of 1866, the one that Nicole spoke on all the wrong ways, Nicole Hannah-Jones, the one that could have led to massive change in how black people got to prove up cases. I'm going to leave it at that. The NAACP was there on November 12, 2019. But when November 13, 2019 happened, they was gone. Who told y'all to leave? And Nicole wasn't speaking about it, wasn't helping, wasn't doing nothing. Oh, that's too hot a topic. That's how you get daggers.
Oh, boy.
You can't get no Pulitzer that way. All right.
Uh-huh.
So then when the OMB comes out, you have the ADOS Foundation, shout out Yvette Carnell.
That's right.
Today, the White House Office of Management Budget, OMB, announced the results of their formal review of how federal agencies collect and report on data and race and ethnicity. We at the ADOS Foundation and ADOS Empowerment Project are deeply disappointed with the OMB's notice of decision. In that decision, they said we're going to recognize MENA, Middle Eastern North African. It's a smaller group. But we not doing nothing for y'all. Y'all just black African American. And part of the reason we not going to do it is your orgs told us that they don't want no category. No. Though the majority of the public input on the subject expressed support for adding a category, this is the exact text, or question to identify descendants of persons enslaved in the U.S., ultimately it was our own civil rights orgs who sold us down the river advocating for the disaggregation of MENA while arguing against the disaggregation of Black. Understand that the NAACP left the steps of the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it. Did Nicole Hannah-Jones?
Yeah.
Did Drake? Or he's so busy rapping, it's just he don't got to talk about it. He just get to eat.
That's right.
You got DJ Vlad. I had to get into it with him and tell him I'm not that dude.
Right.
I am not that guy. He ended up blocking me because he's first. He said, "Tone, you're welcome to come on my show." When I told him I'm not coming on your show, I don't speak on the Ukrainian war. I don't know enough. What gives you the right to speak about ADOS reparations? I can look at you and tell you don't know enough. And I done heard you talk, you don't know enough. And then you came out that you don't know enough. So why I got to sit with you to find that out? Too many of y'all sitting with this nonsense.
That's right.
You can read the exchange here. It happened like back in 2019. All of us are just talking. I'm not just talking.
Nah.
I'm doing the work. I'm doing research papers. Remember when Nicole Hannah-Jones said I didn't do no research? Maybe she didn't see what we get wrong about closing the racial wealth gap, a research project. Maybe she didn't see the inequality.org articles about Black wealth. Maybe she didn't see the many videos done. Maybe she didn't see that I talked to the Federal Reserves about wealth data.
About wealth data.
And just like this guy, DJ Vlad, who's came out talking about this Drake and Kendrick in all the wrong ways. DJ Vlad, born 1973, is a Ukrainian-American interviewer, journalist, and former DJ. He is the creator of the news website Vlad TV. So this is it. I just want to talk about it. Tone Talks. Please go to tonetalks.net. Subscribe, donate, and share. I wanted to have this discussion because nobody else is.
Down right there. Right there. Now, was that complicated? Was that complicated at all? For anybody? I don't think it was. I think any of you that listen to that program from the big dog would have come to the conclusion that he is absolutely correct. Okay, yeah. Oh, what do we have in the news? Oh, I'm supposed to get my charger. Phoenix sets new daily record for warmest, lowest temperature. Get the fuck out of here. Phoenix sets new record. Oh, new daily record for warmest, lowest temperature. A new daily record for the warmest, lowest temperature on July 7th was broken in Phoenix Sunday morning as the heat wave continued during the 4th of July weekend. According to the National Weather Service, the low temperature Sunday was 92 degrees, which is 8 degrees above normal. This sets a new record, warm, low temperature, beating the previous record of 91 degrees that was set in 2018. It's been hot in this shit before. So is it global warming? Or is it just hot? Well, let's go further. The National Weather Service issued an excessive heat warning across South Central and Southwest Arizona earlier this week. The excessive heat warning has now been extended to last until Thursday at 8 p.m. Hot, boy. Hot around her. Hot Boys reunion at Essence Festival 24 didn't quite go as planned. When was this? 6 hours ago. Okay, fresh. I'll get to some more ugly news in a minute, but I got to throw some news in here. And since this is an entertainment station, entertainment news, it'd be appropriate. Now, wouldn't it? About to sound like that they're Biden now, huh? Who was that? Who was I talking about? Where am I? Oh, this is just comical. The Hot Boys reunion at the Essence Festival 24 didn't quite go as planned. Despite the press release from Essence announcing a Hot Boy reunion featuring Birdman, Manfred, BG, Lil Wayne, and Juvenile, the event was yet less unified than pronounced after some of the Hot Boys performed without original member Turk on July 5th. Lil Wayne opted for a separate 20-minute solo set, according to NOLA.com. Although the former Cash Money frontman presented a less than united front, the group was still honored by former New Orleans Mayor Mark Morrell, now the president and CEO of the National Urban League. Morrell issued a proclamation to the Cash Money Records contingent led by Ronald Sugar Slim Williams, who co-founded Cash Money Records with his brother Brian Birdman Baby Williams in 1991. Morrell also wore a pair of red sneakers, likely a tribute to the recently renamed honorary street corner in their honor. As Black Enterprise previously reported, the pair of brothers had a street corner honorably renamed William Brothers Way ahead of the scheduled performance and Essence Festival, which was supposed to be highlighted by the celebration of 30 years of Cash Money Records. Additionally, the pair also received honors at YouTube's second annual Leaders and Legends Gala on June 2nd, and were presented with an award by the New Orleans City Council President Helena Moreno. Moreno praised the brothers, saying it was so clear that these two men who built Cash Money Records understand that to those who much is given, much is required, and they give back with much love and compassion to the neighborhood they call home and the city of New Orleans that loves them like family, said Councilmember Moreno. Their story is a source of inspiration for generations to come, proving that with vision and tenacity, dreams can indeed come true. Congrats on 30 years of Cash Money Records. Yes, sir. Man, oh man, Cash Money Records. What's happening, bro? Y'all gonna have to come through and holler at her, brother. You feel me? Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That boy didn't put a bag on nightclub shooting. Woman pays $100 for DNA test. Oh, snap payment on Drake fuels agent rumor. I talked about the Drake looking old. Oh, did y'all hear the thing about little Dirk's 10-year-old son allegedly shoots stepfather amid domestic dispute? Y'all got to, man. I'll probably put this story on the magazine. Yeah, well, I can tell y'all. This story is crazy. Now, there's a 10-year-old that ends up shooting Ahmed, which is the new dude, right? And because the mama pull up to Ahmed's mom's house where his other kids is, and she pull up getting rowdy and got a pistol. And while she and my man's family, everybody, kids, everybody is outside. And she pulls a pistol on my man, and he's trying to get the pistol away from her. His pistol fall out of his waist. Blam, 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 on the ground. The 10-year-old pick it up like, man, what you doing with my mama? And blast. Lucky didn't kill him. And he testified. He told the police that his mom be out of control. She get mad real easy and she just be gone. This is a problem, y'all. This is a problem. Y'all got this I'm gonna pull up mentality because you're not adult enough to have grown-ass conversation. Speaking of not adult enough to have grown-ass conversation, let's go to the top story, social media story of the day. And believe me, there's always one. This comes from a post of Mr. Rodney Jones, right? The auto detailer. And from what I can understand, what I have seen, pretty good at it. Has created products, his own cleaning and products. Very creative and engineering. What? All right, so now. And mentioned in a heated conversation with me over the phone. And I'm like, damn. I should have just went live automatic. So people can understand how we as people, as ADOS, as blacks, as niggas, as colored, as African Americans, as Afro Americans, work on things, how we have conversations or the lack thereof. Okay, so let's go. Let's get the gist of this conversation without me going verbatim with the post. I know it's got to be around here somewhere. Probably is around here somewhere. I'll get back to the little Dirk badass kid. And the boy was honest. The boy was like, I'm trying to take care and look out my mama. Ain't his job. He's 10 years old. To be a son husband. Son's, but I forgot he got a word for it. Cause she out of control. He talked to the police. I'll probably get to that. But this is the thing. With step parents, with stepdad, don't ever think for a second that kid is got you. That kid got their mama. Because their daddy ain't there. So they, right, wrong, or indifferent, they got her. And you about to get it, bro. While you playing, ain't nobody gonna respect nothing that you did at the end of the day. So y'all got to give, y'all got to have a special trophy for stepdads and what they got to go through and tolerate to hold down that little spot where they're not going to get any kind of appreciation 99.9% of the time. But that's what's going down. And for women that have children that that period, whether they're still in home or not. Once a guy marries you, he get them. He get them. And if he's not getting a prize like a child, then why he there? What he get? What does he get? What is he getting out of the deal? I'll wait. What is he getting? The most and maximum that you can give him is a child. After that's no longer a part of the equation, what is there? Excuse me? What is there? Somebody tell me what it is. Looks like a liability and a dependent. No support, no like, what you trying to do, Tyrone? Man, I got you. I got you. Whatever you was trying to do, I got you. I got you. What you need? You ain't gonna hear none of that. Yeah, well, I sure need my, my kids called me the other day, Every other conversation that they have gonna be about their kids. Every other one. Every other one. Their kids, their job, co-workers, friends. Ain't gonna be shit about you. I'm stepdad. Anyway, but my man, he had to go through that, and he was talking about how he had to go public on Instagram about the incident in order for people to get the real story, because the chick was going to lie about it. And that's just crazy. I mean, if you do something, you just got to own it. But that was pretty that was just nuts. All right, so let's get to the story of the day. Now, Mr. Jones had to made this post, and y'all know how I do. I mean, I'm on post. If I'm not mistaken, that's one of the things that Facebook, like, yeah, you need to be engaged and whatever. I don't play that game. But a man made a post to something of the effect that artists need to speak their own truth. I'm going to have to see if I can find this post, because so it should be every Sunday vibes and versus open mic R&B experience is live now. DJ Salute. DJ who? Salute. Is that DJ Salute? 27 minutes in, 36 plays. You can support me by sending stars, 1 comment. Let's see. I should have some I should be able to go down into some comments here. Bam, bam, bam. All right, here we go. Couldn't load comment. Get the hell out of Dodge. Couldn't load comment thread. Really? 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 Bro, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. After calling me with all of that rah, 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 and you're going to take the post down? Boy, I tell you, y'all are different. You're going to take the post down so I can't validate my point? So I can't validate my point on the issue that we were talking about. You're going to pull the post. How y'all operate, man? What in the hell kind of I'm done. I'm done. Okay, well, the gist of the conversation was that he said, blah, 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 artists need to speak their own truth. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Why don't they speak all of it? All their truth, not just bits and pieces, segments of it. And he said, right, cool, agreed. Right? Okay, so we're on the same page. Okay, he make a post, I make a good point on his post. His next reply was, right on. And then what did he say? And then he says, you need to go and teach upholstery. You don't need to be telling people how artists, how they need to operate. And I replied with, oh, because see now that instead of at this point, instead of him replying with some sarcasm, oh, motherfucker, you need to go about your old business and do some upholstery. Instead, each could have come back with something like, all right, give me an example of how artists need to tell their own truth. I'm waiting. And then I would have came back with a conversation or a statement of something like 90%, 70, 80% of all of y'all raised with a single parent. I don't hear that in your music at all. That's a major influence on what? Your truth. That truth is right in your face from birth. You ain't got time to write about that though. Oh, that seems so tragic and so sad. You want to talk about being a gangster. That's a small part of your truth. Your reality, you probably ain't going to live to be 30 years old. That's a tragedy. But you're not rapping about that. The majority of y'all in prison, you ain't rapping about that. How we going to stay out of prison? Not rapping about that. That's part of your truth. What's wrong with that truth? So he went, bam. And then I went, oh, yeah, well, and instead of you talking about rapping, you need to be talking about washing cars. You need to be talking about detailing and stuff. And then I post a little emoji of of a water gun, which to me is to emphasize, pure shots fired. Now, shit, time for you to fire back. Fine. Now we on a dish. Now we on a battle. Because you made it a battle by being sarcastic. That wasn't a place for you to tell me what I needed to do. That was a place to get some clarity on what artists may need to do to be successful. Because a lot of them aren't. That, to give an example, a artist post something last night. I can't remember what his name is. He posts stuff all the time about how he the greatest. And he says something like, I've got over X amount of songs or albums or something. And I'm getting ready to dump some of them or do something. I'm like, how is it that you an artist and you have hundreds of songs and you're not playing those songs instead of talking about you got those songs? We don't need to know if you got anything. Just you saying you got some songs don't mean you got a song at all. Now, if you play a song, oh my God, damn, okay, you got a song. That's one. That's pretty cool. Dropping them. Because what are you holding on to them for? Why? Why are you holding on to the songs? You're going to one day get a record deal and have them? Those are going to be old damn songs. You're going to need to write about some new shit that just happened. You're going to try to drag those old dusty songs out that you wrote last year? What? Really? No, hell no. Bring that shit out right now. Stop playing. Y'all do too much pump faking and I know that. Pachoo. On that. Achoo. I don't know, boy, that's just crazy. I saw that. She had to take that down, boy. It was already that. I like the way the guys were doing that, got the footage. And that was I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Oh my God, that was crazy. But this is the thing. Now this guy said, I can pull up. I can pull up though. I can pull up. Now, everybody know what I can pull up mean. Everybody know what pop the trunk mean. Now, when you say I'm gonna pull up, that's a threat. That's a straight out, up, down, straight. We all in the hood. We know exactly what that means. What's your address? Where you at? I'm gonna pull up. No, send me your address. I can pull up. I'm gonna pull up. To think that a grown man is talking like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old. Well, I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got no family and business and everything. I'm finna throw all of that away because I'm mad about how you came back at me. You talking, whoa. You talking back. Exactly. And you mad and you gonna do something as extreme as that. That's your grown man move. No. That's what a woman would do. Me and like, okay, so what's going on? Where's my well, my point is this. Your point was that. Where did I miss something at? All right, well, yeah, I said this right here, and you respond with that right there. Oh, all right. So thanks, nephew. So obviously we can't figure this out because you gonna just talk. I'm mad. I don't just. And I'm like, okay, cool. Can I talk? And as soon as the conversation gets logical, back to arguing. As soon as you're gonna try to make the conversation make sense, back to arguing. Because to jump to the conclusion that you feel threatened some kind of way by that water gun emoji, when normally that means what it means. Shots fired. Y'all try to make like y'all don't know I'm eating church's chicken. Don't play. Sorry to yikes. Nephew. No, he comes. He got okra in the bag, fried okra. You know what I mean? I remember growing up as a kid. Boiled okra and gumbo, okra anywhere down there. If it was fried, it got to be fried hard as a rock. It got to be like okra crackers. So, but okra is straight country. You got to be from the country. You know I'm from the South. So at the end of the day, Because what I see is black men have gotten afraid to talk and be challenged. It don't matter whether they're right or wrong. You just can't challenge their position. And they can't defend the position. They don't want to have the position. I'm like, no. If you feel that way, you got to explain that shit. Right now, break it down. No, we are not the same. I don't want to think we all are the same, but we're not. Some of us, that is levels to this. There's levels to life and experience in life that take you to those places, those levels. And we know what level you're on by your behavior. We ain't got to ask what level you're on. We can see. It's one of the reasons why when you look at the music that I have on the radio, hardly any of it, if any, is gang banging, is overtly drill or murder music, but it's all good music, exceptional music that you could play anywhere. I played a big video from a local artist yesterday. I wasn't really impressed. And I'll tell you why. A guy that's 40 shouldn't be rapping about the same thing that a guy that's 20 or 25 is rapping about. Your truth should have matured a little bit. If you elevate to a OG status, your music should be OG shit. Because you got kids. You got a whole different kind of life experience going on now. That them kids is wilding out in the street. So they're going to be talking about one thing. You're going to be talking about something all different. But you want to talk about the same thing they're talking about. And you just got off work. You had to go by the grocery store and get some milk. But you talking about being on the block in the rap. You better not be on the block. You better be in front of that time clock. But you're not going to rap about that. I go to Costco from there. You're not going to rap about some everyday stuff that you actually do. You want to have a make-believe life. Fantasy Island. and then had a nerve to look at old veteran rappers and say, what y'all doing here? What do you mean? Once you have a skill, you're an artist, entertainer, rapper, you don't have no retirement age. Entertainers die, they don't retire. So what's that whole narrative? At a certain age, you can do rap. Other than because it's just bullshit. And you should grow out of bullshit. So at some point you shouldn't really be rapping. You should elevate into R&B or something. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. Biden. Oh, Big Whack. She's over the Big Whack in the same gear. Big Whack and the Brunch House. Now check this out. I see a wax drop. It's fire. It's fire. Nice. Now, think about that airing during this show. Think about that airing on the TV. Think about the MP3 airing on the radio. Other than just on his Instagram or wherever, right? So y'all think just because you're on social media that you're supposed to be your own advertising agency. Oh no, I got it. No. You need to pay somebody to do that. You did the production. Looks nice. And now you need to spend $1.50 a drop. Simple as that. But no, that'd be too much like giving a nigga money. So that would be too much like supporting a black business. You don't want to do that. Mm-mm. You don't want to see nobody else come up. You want to be the one to come up. Fine. This is why the community is stagnant. Just like I was going to say about in that rap deal conversation with Mr. Jones. And he was talking about, I do advertising. You're supposed to send an ad. You're supposed to become a free subscriber and give your business information and would have had a free business listing. Now, y'all not concerned about doing business. Is what the problem is. Yeah, your business should be on PhoenixStreetNews.com. But being that you know about it, you should be like inquiring, yo, bro, what that cost over there? How it gets set up? What it look like? Boom, bop, bam. Be in. Do business. All right. But like I said, with Wax, could get more miles from your ad, because think about this. On an average, my live is going to probably get 400, 500, 800 views on next door, right? Now, those people are actually real human beings with real families next door and have community concerns and are concerned about their environment, what's going on around them. This, my show, becomes a window to the culture that they normally wouldn't have. And because I bring it like I bring it, it is interesting for them. They're in the neighborhood like, wow, it's like new TV, right? Which is what it is. PSN TV is new TV. And you don't have to be hampered in the marketplace because everything is expensive. Well, right here, right now, things are not expensive. And one day it will be. Because a lot of people always ask, well, how many viewers you got? You at this price, you share it with your friends. I don't know how many friends you got. We'll see how many viewers I'll have extra as you being a business partner. Huh? You feel me? Because even in music, you pay for a slot. How many times have you asked the person that's giving the show, how many people are going to be there? You paid real money, got a whole outfit, got some whole drugs, washed the car and everything to go to the show, to be on the show. You didn't ask the promoter not one time what was the expected turnout. And when you got there and was on stage and performed, and there was nobody there other than the people that you brought and a couple of other entertainers that were still inside that wasn't so disrespectful and they was outside, you didn't complain one time that, yo, bro, I feel like I got cheated because nobody's here and I paid X amount of dollars for the slot. And if I paid that kind of money for the slot, I should get what? Something. Somebody see me. Is there a video or something? No, you don't get nothing. But when you come to doing real business, oh well, what I'm gonna get, stop playing. Stop playing. Make it what you need it to be. Cause see, Before, you didn't even have something that you could make into what you needed to be. A viable black platform for your music to be played, to listen to other artists' music being played, because you're not going to listen to their music. You're not going to seek them out, go to their page, whatever it is, Spotify, whatever, and listen to their music. No. But if their music is played on a community-based platform, oh, you can tap into that as long as you got internet connection. Bam, you tapped in. You tap right in. And at that point, you are listening to local and national artists, and other people are listening to you as a local artist. Now they get to hear your music, learn your music, actually be programmed to your music. And at that point, when PSN radio and TV gives a show that's got the artists that we've been playing on our radio, just like Power 98.3, they do the Powerhouse, when they do these shows, they've been playing these artists on their platform. So the listener knows these artists. And because they are getting the kind of advertising dollars that they're getting, which we need to be cutting into, because if you are them and you getting urban dollars, you're getting listeners based on you play urban music. So why can't some urban people be playing urban music and your music, and you listen, and not play like you mad because you got to listen? Well, I mean, you should have did it, but you didn't do it. I did it there, me and my team, and it is what it is. Now it's time to move forward. It is time to move forward. It is time to build. For all practical purposes, how many of you, and that means Real Riders, that means Late Show, that means any other podcast, are you hiring anybody? Y'all got a business that y'all hiring? Mr. Jones, are you hiring learner detailers? Are we hiring sales personnel over here at PSN Radio and PSN Television at 20% commission? And yes, that is high for sure. You work, you get the money. And you have to understand that the prices of the product today are not going to be the prices of the product tomorrow. Because as value increases with volume of viewers, so does the rate of advertising. So what is $1.50 today may be $2 tomorrow with your help. And if you have a show on the system, radio or TV, now you can sell advertising in your time slot. Say for instance, you're a DJ. DJ Whoop the Wop. Say DJ, let me pick a DJ out there that's pretty active. What the hell is his name? No, I can't think of his name. I thought he was pretty active. I thought you knew who you was talking about. I thought you could remember. DJ Freshness. All right, right? Okay. Say DJ Freshness, for instance. This is just an example. Or okay, better. Let's go, not better, but different. Let's go DJ Dog Vader. Right? All right. And or what's his name? Schoolboy, right? Let's just say Schoolboy, because I think Vader might be retired. Let's go with Schoolboy. Say for instance, you as a DJ, for a 2-hour, you record a 2-hour DJ session, playing whatever music, boom, 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 you want to play. I'm talking about music, licensed music, national artists, local, Caribbean artists, right? 2 hours, boom, boom, boom. In the process of that 2-hour show, you have your advertisers. You know what I mean? Now they can either have already pre-recorded ad commercial 30 seconds that you play. Boom. 10 minutes in, 15 minutes into the show, bam, you run some commercials. You run, 6 commercials, take 3 minutes, take 2 minutes, or 6 minutes. Anyway, 30 seconds, 30 seconds is a minute, 30 seconds is a minute, is 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 6 commercials, right? Okay. In 3 minutes time. So say for instance, you have 3 advertisers that pay you whatever they pay you to be mentioned, blah blah's barbershop, so-and-so's salon, so-and-so's clothing store, so-and-so's restaurant, blah, 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 right? And bam, they pay you. So now you're getting money for your show. And you have to understand that your show may air as a DJ, for instance. You pay a fee, X amount of dollars per show, right? And your show, your 2-hour set is being played can be played every day now, or every Tuesday from 2 to 4. But it would be better if it's played Monday through Friday or 7 days a week from 2 to 4. You feel me? Or just 5 days a week. From 2 to 4 is Schoolboy, blah, 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 blah. So now you got one deal in the mix that's playing. Now you might let that play for, I don't know, week, month, based on what the rotation is, based on whether you got it playing on Tuesdays or Mondays or whatever day, or if you got it playing Monday through Friday, or if you got it just playing on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, blah, blah, blah. All right. However the schedule is, as a programmer or as a salesperson, say for instance, you don't have any shows, any ads sold for that show. Well, we are going to have the sales department that are trying to get ads from all over the place anyway. And your show will cater to certain kinds, certain group, certain demographics. And then a person will sell ads in your show space, in that show time, possibly, right? Now, that being said, that the company itself is getting 80% of whatever that revenue is and paying you 20%, and you didn't even have to hustle it. Whereas if you get your own commercial, you get 100% of that. 100%. That's your money because you paying for your show to be on the air. What you make as a result of your show being on the air is what the show on the air is for. So now with the Kamala Harris as vice president, but obviously not but obviously not a viable candidate for president, creates a problem. Did he put a bag on nightclub shooting? Did he just? Oh shit, Snick! I was gonna do the story with what was that show? Maybe I can go back. Yeah, Little Dirk, 10-year-old son allegedly shoots stepfather. Now, does that mean that Little Dirk is currently going? Little Dirk is currently going viral on X after disturbing security footage featuring his son surfacing online. In the footage, the 10-year-old mother and stepfather appeared to be in a domestic dispute while several others looked on. Eventually, the boy allegedly fires off a single shot, hitting the stepfather. At the time of writing, the circumstances leading up to the incident remain unclear. Oh, the circumstances is very clear. And so, blah, blah. There ain't no doubt about that. The stepfather in question, Joshua Pipens, took to Instagram yesterday to share the security footage. As y'all can see, I was not the aggressor, and y'all also can see how I still had my gun on my hip. He grabbed my gun off my hip, following his mom's lead, and tried to shoot me, and then actually shot me. And then actually shot me. Y'all see it before then. It was, see, y'all see it down before you take it down. Actually, that's not what happened. He got his gun in his waist. We're supposed to have a gun in the holster. That way you don't have to worry about this shit falling over. Safety, and for your own safety. So while he's tussling with the mother, his gun falls or is jiggling out to the point where the kid can get to it. He said it fell But anyway, the kid, bam. And you can't blame the kid. Mm-mm. That was crazy. But he could have just as easily shot his mama by accident too. A lot could have went wrong with that. Uh, a lot could have went wrong with that scenario. Hmm. Various online reports suggest that the boy was trying to defend his mother, though this is also unconfirmed. It's been confirmed. Lil Durk has yet to address the upsetting clip. As for Pipens, he's been active on Instagram with various statements on the incident. Okay, so let me go to Instagram real quick. Let me go to Instagram real quick. No, okay, ain't got time. Drake fuel. Y'all heard? I had told y'all a story about Drake is aging. Everybody saying Drake, man, you look like you aging like a president. Several top house stabbing at Circle K. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go on Next Door. I'll tell you, my Next Door family, they be up on top of it. Stabbing at Circle K. They had a lot of people. Okay, let's see what we got here. In the news, see, this is citizens reporting. And you're going to be a Next Door citizen reporter too. I'm just saying. So the cops in the Compadre apartments now, because of the stabbing at Circle K, they had a lot of people out there lined up and on the staircase. Didn't look like transients either. Okay. A lot of stuff be going on Next Door. Oh, I got 20 notifications. What's happening? Now, okay, in the Next Door, Miss M just saw the cops. Okay, that was her. The cops in the Compadre apartments. Y'all know where the Compadre apartments are. Mark Hoffman and 18 others also comment on the kind of embarrassing, but at least we are getting okay. Well, that was a difference. That was another story. Dun, Susan Hogan and 72 others also comment on. I just witnessed this. Oh, that was like the tow truck. People be commenting on stuff for days and days and days and stuff. Because let's see what else we got here. The news at 10-ish. Okay, that was my deal. But Post hidden to see why. Your post was hidden. Harmful activity. It was reported for breaking community guidelines. Oh shit, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, got a request appeal. Oh boy. This is interesting. Hold on, clarity content. Outside the community. Now, if you live in the community, okay, Next Door. Oh no. Mm. You know, one of the things is one of the things about um, one of the things about the makeshift community standards is that spam and or misleading content is often used. Now, spam, for lack of a better term, is sharing content. That's spam. That's sharing content is spam. If you if you do it in the context of business, whereas you share a post multiple times a day, and it's almost as if what happened is if it starts getting attention and that's free, now the system wants to have a complaint because what they want you to do is buy advertising on their platform other than you advertise yourself. I get it. But the thing is, the system wants to be able to advertise to you, but you not be able to advertise to fellow users. Facebook is crazy about that. They just like nah. And because of all of the restrictions that you can have on these platforms is the reason why PSN television and radio was born. So at the end of the day, you can uh, in fact express yourself. 6 hours ago, first freaking Friday with Radicalmike, it got 632 views. 632. Now, for you as a potential advertiser, I advertise like, for instance, wow, right? Now, 600 and some people are going to see that. So, what is that worth? What is that worth if I'm doing a show every day? What is that worth? And at the same time, it's like 30 seconds. It's a little jingle. Dun, 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 is M&M Custom Upholstery. Bam. With a little catchy little jingle. And before you know it, you singing that stuff. You singing it. And you make up your nice little catchy jingle for your business. And you killing it. You're not playing around with these folks. And you're right here. You're right here. It's simple. Ride on this. You can ride on this right here. What was this? A flyer. This flyer about Phoenix Street News, TV, and radio with a lady on the flyer, right? 599 views. Well, in the first 48 hours. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Now, some of that, 99.9% of that is just organic. It's just curious people. Oh my God. Now, what they will do with that curiosity, will that curiosity transform into people actually going to the, with people actually going to the website? We sure hope so. A small percentage of it, maybe, but let's do it. Okay, here I go with another one. In the first 48 hours, 559 views. Black woman say Applebee's forced family to leave. So look. Oh Lord. I found this breaking news: murder investigation at upscale hotel. That was the lady that was found in the hotel. Which hotel was that downtown? Anyway, 4K. Come on now, 4K views. Crowd shows first 48 hours. Y'all playing. Y'all are playing old stuff. It's time for me to go to bed. Hell no. Man, that's impressive right there. I hadn't noticed that one. That is impressive. Your post reaching neighbors. Yes, it is. That post. Ooh-wee. I found this news break story: murder investigation, upscale, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not sure if you know, but in order to read and open this, you have to download an app. What? No, I didn't. Darn it. Okay, so I got to be aware of that. No, I didn't. Thank you. Oops. No, I didn't. Thank you. That's community. This is community at work right here. Well, y'all know it or not. I don't know what y'all be doing on Facebook, but we be making stuff. Series of crashes in driver's death. Hold on, what's this? Breaking news, baby. Y'all get it as it happens. Ain't nothing. Series of crashes in driver's death. As Arizona DPS troopers were investigating a possible DUI driver who was stopped on I-17 in Phoenix early Sunday morning, several other cars crashed and one of the drivers was killed. Good Lord. People don't be paying attention. Okay, I'm going to play this for y'all. I'm going to get a commercial. Corey be clowning, boy.
It is so spectacular. Oh, there they go. I know you. You're watching the right station. Exactly. Yeah, you probably said, hey, I know that freak.
Corey be everywhere.
Troopers from Arizona DPS are investigating a possible DUI crash that killed at least one person. It happened on northbound I-17 and Northern Avenue around 1:30 this morning. Authorities say a speeding vehicle crashed into two other cars, killing a driver and critically injuring two others. The driver that caused the deadly collision is being evaluated for impairment.
Mm-hmm. That's right. He being embarrassed. Several top house Democrats say Biden. Who is the top house? Several top house Democrats say Biden should step aside during leadership call. What we got here? I'll let y'all check it out.
A year after a heart attack, Mike's feeling like himself again. But even though time has passed, his risk of a second attack hasn't. Mike is still living in the red, with a very high risk of another heart attack or stroke. He doesn't know with his risk factors, his LDL-C, bad cholesterol, is still too high. The recommended level is below 55. Are you living in the red? Get in the know. Learn how to get a free LDL-C test at whatismyldl.com.
The pressure is growing on President Biden from within his own Democratic Party to step aside in this race. Now, this afternoon, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries held a Zoom meeting with the ranking members of the committees to kind of get feel their temperature, take the temperature about their feelings about the 2024 election before Congress is set to return tomorrow. And sources tell CNN that in that private phone conversation, that the number of lawmakers who wanted to see the president step aside outweighed those who spoke up in support of him staying in this race. CNN has learned about 6 of those Democratic lawmakers said that they believe it is time for the president to leave the 2024 race. That it included lawmakers like Congressman Takano, Congressman Nadler, also Congresswoman Wild of Pennsylvania, a key battleground state. Sources have also told CNN that lawmakers like Congresswoman Maxine Waters, as well as Congressman Bobby Scott, spoke up in support of the president staying in this race. Now, one of the concerns that was expressed in this phone call is the potential that keeping Biden at the top of the Democratic ticket could weigh down other Democrats running in competitive races in the House and Senate. There is a concern about Democrats being unable to win back the House majority if Biden remains at the top of the Democratic ticket. Now, these private calls from these lawmakers join the already other 5 Democratic lawmakers who, since the debate, have called for President Biden to step aside publicly.
All right, so some of you politicians, I need y'all to tap in. I will need you to tap in. You think Biden should step aside? That's fine. Who's going to replace him at the top of the ticket, though? That becomes the complicated question. Now, doesn't it? Very interesting. Because Kamala, out the gate, not qualified. And again, you have to wonder, why y'all even pick her? Because he's not like us. That's right. Hoodwinked and bamboozled again. Man. And good thing I gave y'all that bit of news from somebody can't afford to take care of the kitties. Dr. Samuel singer at a pose. Don't let this summer slip away. Arizona, easy way. An easy way to boost Eminem. A small fix to drive big action. How can Eminem customer post it? What's this? Some next door stuff. How can Eminem upholstery help neighbors position Eminem? Hold on. See again. See, they want me to. An easy way to boost Eminem custom upholstery ads. How can M&M Custom Upholstery help neighbors? Position M&M Custom Upholstery as the answer to neighbors' top needs at home. Manage ads. Ad performance jump. 80% ad performance jump with an action-oriented call to action. Simple steps to more effective ads on neighborhood. Drive clicks with drive clicks with helpful copy. Help neighbors learn more about what you do and why they need you. Why they need you in your ad copy. How show off social proof. Share local stats like how many neighbors in the community use your product or service. Call your audience to action. Use clear copy and your ad button to encourage neighbors to click and take action. Manage ads. Yeah. That's right. That's what managed ads costs. Oh shit! I was in the middle of an ad. No, I wasn't. I was in the middle of a post. Ads. Choose a goal to start building an ad. Increase visits, promote sales or discounts, get more direct messages. Let's go with promote sales or discount. Okay. Promote sales or discounts. See how much we about talking about here, about there, about there. Review terms by clicking the start to agree to neighborhood ad terms for service. If you are using ad service on behalf of a third party, you acknowledge and agree that you have the authority to make so-called decisions. Okay, so if I hit start, build an ad. Oh, I got to build an ad, huh? Okay, they're asking them, man, I can't skip through it and see what it's going to cost. I guess not. Guess not there, buddy boy. Well, you trying to do something. We's watching you, mister. And I can understand it. Basically, someone may have access. Man, I have been locked out of my account about 3 times today. Found this in Newsbreak. What was this news story? One day at an energy ended doing violent outbreak at 4th of July gathering. Oh, yeah, that was the one where the guy got stabbed and somebody got shot at 4th of July, serving over by Indian Steel Park. You feel me? Man, I wonder why I didn't just copy that freaking post. I gotta start keeping better on evidence. Because these people be doing a lot of weird stuff. And I'm gonna have to start keeping receipts. You know, you heard me. All right, y'all. It's about time for me to get out of here. It has been a long afternoon. We covered a lot, so to speak. The tone talks scenario took up a good bit of time, but I think it was informative and something that you needed to hear. Again, this program is brought to you by Our Destiny, Our Future Foundation. And oh my God. Oh, stupid. And wait. Wasted on Wheels mobile bartending service. That's what's up. And you already know M&M Custom Upholstery. I have more up-to-date stuff. I've been lazy, I think, or something. But get your ads in. Don't hesitate. Don't be last. I know a lot of y'all hate being first, but whatever you do, don't be last. So by the time you get to you, boy, you're gonna be like, I wish I had got in there early, like Amway. Because they don't tell it. Everything go up. With traffic, awareness, visibility, value goes up. So what our job is here is to create value. And hopefully during this time, you will be able to elevate your game, your program, for sure though. Until next time, it is the What's Up with Radical Mike show. I am Radical Mike, your host, a.k.a. Michael Hinton, a.k.a. Nasty Earl, a.k.a. a lot of things, but until the meantime, in between drums, y'all be easy breezy. I'm going to be out of her. Should I leave with some music? Should I leave with some music?
Yourself, you know I'm going to get you. Yeah, you know what it is.
Should I leave you with some music? Should I leave you with a music? Oh, that's the wrong thing. What am I doing, boy? What you doing? Is you on drugs, boy? What? You ain't paying attention to nothing. Let's see if there's a play like this right here.
Man, it's your boy C.I. Critical for y'all. Lego.
Critical for y'all.
But no band. Everybody. Huh? Praying for that change ain't enough, make change. You a $5 nigga, till my hit is make change. Remember days I was saving up, stacking loose change. Remember days she ain't let me fuck, crazy how shit change. Now she pull up, put that pussy on me, I just want the brain. Bitch don't ask to be my Valentine, I just want a chain with an anchor on it. I put that nigga on the news, not an anchor on it. Talk about the details that they know, got the cakes up on it. Shorty pretty, with a little booty, throw some cake up on it. Fuck around and spin the BBL, 10K up on it. Hit the road without my CDL, this ain't legal money. Mad cause I hit it since that bitch legal. I mean, in high school, I wore the same clothes. I was young, niggas 18 with no paper. I'm like, how the fuck y'all legal by me? Better make a way and put some money in your city, boy. Summer hit and niggas act like hoes. They some sick.
These ain't lies that I'm giving. Hood tales,
manifest my living. Yikes.
Trey game, bitch.
In the building.
Manifest my living. Yikes. These ain't lies that I'm giving. Hood tales, manifest my living. And I know. So I'm riding with my nigga. In case you duck and dodge in prison. And I know that that may not be familiar. But that's why I paint this video. So that's why I deliver. The further we go, realest nigga in Detroit, 4 City streets. Rolling with the realest nigga, fuck you mean. Control them with information from another scene. Talking about some shit that they ain't never seen. Wham down, hand held, fuck a triple beam. Hand swell if I fail, then a triple team. If I'm with it, ain't all about that booty tang. Look, is you riding for your nigga, man? Bitch tried to play it tough, pick my brother up. Say we like to keep it tough, say we do too much. Thuggin' seeping through your pores, you don't get enough. Investigated for drugs, your boy gave you up. But fuck it, that's how the game goes, same old bucket. Chasing that same old chain, goes second public to show I'm never gonna change, ho. Stuck in my ways like them old foes. And These ain't lies that I'm giving. Good tales manifest my living. And I know. So I'm riding with my nigga in case you duck and dodge in prison. And I know that you may not be familiar. That's why I paint this very So that's why I deliver. The further we go,
One for the money, two for the show. Now here we go on coast to coast when I'm navigating. They biting on that hook, I got that good bait. Straight out
that's
the
how it's going down. We better get out of here.
With my greens, that's cash flow. I let her blow, good weed smoke. She never met a nigga like me, less of a dime breed. Place the niggas right here by my side, soaking up game. Now she trained to go, get it and bring it back. Recruit another one. Now that's my gremlin hoe. She don't die, she multiply. I got
That's right. That's right.
Thoroughbreds, all different colors. I'm on the phone talking cold. They think I'm more than polo. The one to match the hat and espionage. I keep this pippin' activated like a cell phone. And she ain't paying me, she playing me. It's BK, I'll be lame. I'm running till that. But
All right,
on the real.
here we go.
these ain't lies that I'm giving.
Good tales manifest my living.
And I know. So I'm riding with my nigga in case you duck and
dodge in prison.
And I know.
And I know.
That may not be familiar. That's why I paint this very So that's why I deliver. The further we go,
Oh, yeah.
Good tales manifest my living.
Good tales manifest my living.
That may not be familiar.
Let me say this on the way out.
I feel.
There are a number of local artists, older artists that are in the same era, but they're not the same. You know what I mean? You got Wax, Young Wax, not the Wax, T-Wax. You got Young Wax. You got Young Westwood. You got Buki. You've got Willie North Pole. Desperately trying to make a return. Out of you've got Big Doobie. You got a lot of guys that came up in that time frame that are still active, that are still creating good music. A lot of them got out of music, got into whatever they was into, and now voila, they're back. Well, voila ain't that easy. But you have to salute the ones that have remained active. The Waxes, the Westwoods, the Bookies, Doobies. You got to respect those brothers in the game. Period. They didn't go strike up a podcast. You would think that Westwood or Wax or let me see who else would be able to really kind of pull that off. Because you really got to have a personality and stuff to pull that off. Those two, Doobie probably, because he got gift, he pimp style and shit. Because you gotta have conversation. You can't, but I would think that any one of them could be in one of these podcast situations, since that appears to be what aging, retiring artists retire to, is a podcast. Well, now you don't have to retire to a podcast. Now you can actually be on TV with me. Ain't that nothing? Now you can actually be a part of the PSN television, and you ain't got to be limited to people on their TV. But you can elevate. Now, I'm just saying, there's an opportunity here. A lot of people don't like what I don't like him. No, it's an opportunity. You don't like Bill Gates. You don't know him. He uses computers. You got an iPhone. You don't know that man. And stuff. Gucci, Louis, or none of them. Probably you don't know none of them people. You wearing this stuff like it's yours. Making them rich. You could be making somebody around your community rich, and you might be able to get some of the money back. Because I get the money, I'm spending it around town. For real though. So the money come right back. You can spend it to Power 98 if you could afford it. Money wouldn't be coming right back. Power 98.3, not that other Power 98. What happened to Two-Tone the Superstar? I had a Freudian slip earlier and mentioned his name. What happened to Tone and DJ R? And I mean, even when I was looking at the Respect the Underground, RTU rap hip hop festival, and I was sharing some of the promos for it, and I never saw DJ R in any promotion, like interviewing an artist or something. Is she still over there? Is that still cracking? What's going on? Is her and Tone totally crashed and burned? Is that where out? What's going on? She a part of the what kind of DJs? The core DJ. What is going on with that? What is going on with the other rap deal that Sativa was a part of, when they had the big show? What was that? I mean, a lot of things, man. Y'all just be switching it up. Y'all just be switching it up. 1 minute, y'all on this little platform thing. This is going to be the next sliced bread. And then, okay, that didn't work. And then there's some other newfangled idea. Oh, why? No, you got to stick to the basics, bro. And right now with radio and TV, you already got to know that probably by next year, we doing record label and some more stuff, man. We on the move. I just throw that out there, because being that we are playing artists and promoting and pushing artists on our platform, it's the next natural step to do that, which is another milestone that nobody else is did. And it actually has an outlet for the artist. See, a record label is supposed to have an outlet for the artist because they got deep pockets. They can put the artists on the billboards. They can put them on shows here and there, blah, 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 blah. Well, we can do the same thing here. I can showcase artists. I showcase our artists all the time. People that went out of their way, took their time, sent me their MP3s. You didn't, and your music is not here. Ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. I make it happen like I make it happen. You make it happen like you make it happen for you. If you don't do the politicking for you, if you don't do the campaigning for you and your brand, that's on you. If you let the local gatekeepers, podcasters, limit you from moving around, then that's on you. Can't anybody stop you from, being manipulated. I'm just saying. Until next time, y'all, we outside. We got to go. Bye.